evening, race fans. Welcome to the 24 Hours of Lemons iRacing League. I did that. Ryan Bauer, Bearded Sim Racer here, bringing you the action. Got a stacked deck in the booth tonight, and we'll just throw it around. Eric's here. What's up, Eric?
Hey, I am glad to be here. Eric Root from the 24 Hours of Lemons, the Everything Bagel. Glad to be in the booth tonight.
Yes, everything in the booth. Mental's here. Hey, Mental.
Hey, thanks again for having me, and I'm actually at my desk instead of in a car.
That's incredible. It's an upgrade. Lady A in the house. What's up, Cameron?
Hey, not much. Just driving around, and hopefully my suit will magically change to the Algernon Vineyards Louisville Air stuff to match my car.
Magic is good. Josh is also here. Josh, how you been, man?
Hey everybody, Hoosty here. Finally getting a chance to run with you guys. It's been kind of an absence. I'm sorry.
How dare you?
Right.
And we have a very special guest tonight, Mr. Matt Kalish. Matt, what's up, man? Welcome to the party.
Hey, thanks for having me. But before we really get going, I just have one question for everyone. What is motor racing? I'm new to this.
That's a good question.
You're asking the wrong people. We race fruit.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
This is,
Oh, okay. Yep.
It's all lemons.
citrus fruits and tuber vegetables here.
That's right.
I'm sorry. I don't know much about cars or any of such things of that nature. Should point out, by the way, that Ryan omitted the important part about Matt Kalish, that this is Matt Kalish, rally photographer, iRacer, Matt Kalish, media manager, and not the CEO of DraftKings.
Yeah, I did leave that out. I
Again, I'm not entirely sure, because have you ever seen the CEO of DraftKings and Matt Kalish in the same room?
That's a good point.
That is a good point.
I'm CEO of Bet.
I can think of a bunch of reasons that's the case. Maybe it's plausible deniability, maybe it's not. But
Yeah, see, that's the kind of brilliant marketing we would expect.
That's right. Well,
Oh, yeah.
We'll get to Matt's life story, such as it is, and how it ties into motorsports, this new phenomenon of which we are unfamiliar. Get some of the formalities out of the way. We are at Barber Motorsports Park at the moment in Birmingham, Alabama. Of course, home of Sandals Birmingham, official presenting sponsor of this broadcast. We'll be at the real Barber Motorsports Park next week with our real Lemons cars, so we thought this was a nice tie-in. This is an 80-minute endurance race. We're still in the warm-ups with 3 classes, and after this, we have a post-Enduro Formula 8 race at Irwindale on the Figure 8, so stick around. It's going to be a pretty entertaining couple of hours.
Oh yeah, I got something special for my chat when we go to Irwindale. And actually, it's tied to my car.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
And as Ryan pointed out, we've got something in the ballpark of 30 cars, which is a fantastic turnout. So if you want to get in on this for next month's race, isuckatracing.com is how you can get in and race with these 30 people who are shoving their Jettas into the guardrail and dying like Stunt Granny. Very well done, Jason Graff.
I feel like that was intentional.
That's a great livery, by the way.
Front row seat to that.
Gonna go ahead and see what the QR code is here.
It's only lambs, don't do it.
I bet it's Pepsi, man.
It's a Spotify link, yeah.
oh, it's not rhinoplasty?
Nah.
Color me confused. I don't even know what the point of this livery is then.
It is The Life and Times of Donkey Kang, the song. There you go. So, never lift as you do.
Proper plate. There you go. Yeah.
Yep. Jason Grafton, by the way, Lemons Rally regular. So if you enjoy what we're doing here for some reason, we have 24 hours of Lemons races, Lemons rallies, and Concours de Lemons car shows. So all things happening in real life. Oh, it's the song that he's playing on Spotify. Got it. His roommate. So not sure what's happening. There's a car painted on the car, which is very
I feel like this is a Yo-Dog situation.
Yep, exactly.
You're doing a livery so you can have a livery while you're looking at your livery.
Is that Jason's car still we're talking about?
Yes.
I think his roommate painted the car.
Right. As he says in the comments.
Mhm.
That's good.
But I believe that is an Accord or some sort of JDM Honda on the passenger side.
I could see that, yeah.
Plus 5 horsepower.
And if you're driving a TDI, you're going to need it.
Also wanted to thank everybody who was watching Daytona, the Rolex that's going on, the race, for putting that race on the back burner because it's the middle of the race and that's the boring part of it. And watching this one instead because it's way better, way more entertaining, lower quality of driving, always more entertaining.
And honestly, I feel like you don't have to be as upset about the crashes as Duclos there tries to take out a Mustang and a Miata. Or does take out a Mustang.
F's in chat for both of them.
Yeah.
Time to take that horse out back and shoot it.
Oh, see, it's coming. Again, like all the Smiths, he's been around for a while. We expect a little more from him. Of these 30 cars, though, Matt, I'm going to need you to pick a number between 1 and 30.
Let's go with 23.
23.
Okay.
Absolutely unbiased. True winner tonight will be car that finishes in 23rd place.
That's right.
Oh, no bonus points. Just straight up the win.
This
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
win, yeah.
The real winner.
Exactly. Coming in first is for losers.
That's right.
I had this notion, we started doing the Yokohama Road Mangler Cup at the races where if you bring a set of Yokohamas, you have the chance to win a set of Yokohamas at the end of the weekend. And we decided to kind of landed on doing it in a random drawing was kind of the most fair way of doing it. The way I really wanted to do it was the second highest finishing car on Yokohama's wins it. So you would end up with a team deliberately trying not to win the race, or you have two people, fighting to not finish, whatever 19th place. That was
why are we not doing this? This is brilliant. This is right in line with the philosophy.
I don't know. I think it ended up being too complicated because then we would have to look at a result sheet before the end of the race, which is a lot of effort for us.
Yeah. Too much work to look at results.
Yeah, it ended up being way less work than a random poll, but I don't know. Maybe we'll do that at some race and see if it actually matters.
Well, because we still got the numbers of the cars that do it, and we just start looking at the first one we see and then the second one. I just want to see two cars, nose to nose, trying to go come out of the throttle, just back out of the throttle, man. Yeah,
on front straight. I want them slowing to a stop, and then be you go, no, you go. But knowing Lemons, they would get completely ass-packed by somebody in a 75 Satellite, so,
Oh, no, because anyone racing a 75 Satellite understands what's going on. It will undoubtedly be done by a BMW.
Yeah, that's fair.
That is racial
guys,
profiling, sir.
I got something sad to say. One of our Lemons Award winners for the last year's season has been booted due to packet loss.
Oh, bummer. Who's that?
Sucks us out.
Amanda Tully.
Oh no!
Copa de Bondo winner.
Yeah, exactly. She is probably being pounded by the nor'easter that's dumping 2 feet of snow up in there, and she's sitting in her amazingly well-equipped garage staring at a 10-inch screen, cussing.
Mm-hmm. As one does.
Oh, as she does, like few others.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope her Comcast or whatever service she's got can get her back up and running soon.
She's got the Cox Gigablast.
Got the Gigablast going. And again, I've got to say, since we started complaining about it on this broadcast and it started showing up on cars, magically my internet has gotten better. So that's the powers of Lemon's iRacing.
I'm actually using Gigablast, and I told them that we're doing this. So there's a possibility that maybe
Nice
that
save
got
from
escalated
EJ
up
there.
the chain.
Yeah. Crap! I don't know what iRacing is, and I don't know what these people are doing, but they're slandering our name. Fix it.
Like anything in Lemons, you're like... It's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon from Common Sense is what it is. Like, you end up having to explain 3 levels of that just to get to like, all right, now we have a common ground where you understand we're talking about a car, you know? So,
Yeah.
ooh, look at the Pontiac livery. It's the Judge also. It's like the GTO livery there.
We build excitement.
That's right. Oh, it says
The fudge. And it's got corn in it. It's got corn in it.
This is actually a page that he sent me that wasn't correct. I'm afraid to hit refresh because I don't want to change this because this is nice.
No, this is excellent.
Yeah, we'll
We
just leave
build,
it.
what is it actually? Fudge segment or excrement?
Excrement.
Gotta say
Yeah.
excrement, yeah.
The infamous
we-
Salty Meat Co. Camaro there. That's a great one.
Yeah, we build
Yeah,
excrement.
this is excellent. Don't refresh this. Why would you want to do that, Pullman?
I won't.
I want to see this on a real life car.
I want to see this on like a 75 Pontiac Grand Am, which is already this color because they were all this color in 1975.
Yes. Or I'll take a mid 80s Grand Am because they all came in that green.
Yeah.
And then just painted that brown with the corn on it.
Boy, that's a great transition because I like to ask this question to people who are guesting on our show. Matt, what was the first car that you owned?
Oh man, that's a fun question. It was a 1997 Mercury Mountaineer.
Yes. Fist bump for first cars being a Mercury.
It had the Fox Body 5.0
Yeah.
knockoff Quattro all-wheel drive system. That thing had 3 LSDs,
Nice.
and that still does things to me.
That was the one that everyone would go and rip the heads off of the 5.0 because they were the multi-port heads and then drop them on their regular notchback Mustangs 5.0s. That 5 liter was the one to have.
Oh man, it really was. I don't understand why they produced cam and block 5.0s for that long, but it was that thing was glorious, man. I got that thing up to like, it was powerful, it was reliable, and even with the complete glass 4-speed in that thing, I owned that car for like 10 years. Made it well past 200,000 miles. Reliable.
You owned your first car for 10 years?
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I did not make a lot of money in my 20s.
I didn't either, but by the time I was
that.
there, man, I'd already owned like 9 cars because they all kept dying.
Yeah, but I had a nice car that I liked that worked. I had the, like, when MP3 players first came out and I got my iPod, I just stuck that weird cassette thing in.
Yep.
And boom, now I got a multimedia system. Who needs CarPlay?
Yeah.
I love the nice car that was reliable and I liked. And I've had all 3 of those, just never at the same time.
Never at the same time. Yeah, I had this problem as well. Yeah.
What's this R word you guys are describing? The what is that?
I don't know. It's shocking to hear this from a Volkswagen guy.
Oh yeah, people have been asking me what's a great car to have, and I'm like, oh, go get a new Kia. And they're like, but don't you drive a Volkswagen? I said, yes, but I own a toolbox.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I can go downstairs right now, walk in my garage, and there's a BMW with its head half off right now. So.
Oh, so you're part of the Eurotrash Club. Welcome.
Oh yeah. I went full into it.
Got a 928 with a new fuel pump that won't work because the wiring is so dried out and crispy that was I went to go put it on the new fuel pump, it crunched and disintegrated.
Is that CIS mental?
I should know, but I don't. I think we had this conversation and I want to say it's some variant of it.
Are we about to get CIS CSI? Is that what's about to happen here?
Oh, it's a possibility. I've done things with those that you're not supposed to do according to the technicians.
I don't think it was the injection. It was it's a high pressure fuel pump in the back and a filter, and the previous owner had installed an AutoZone special on there, and lo and behold, it could not maintain enough fuel pressure. So I spent not too much money actually at Pelican Parts getting the proper one, and then as I went to install it, realized that when they installed this $40 AutoZone, they sawzalled through the $220 specialty hard fuel lines that were required. So that was an expensive purchase from Pelican Parts. So I've got
okay, guys, so picture this. This is a car that people are trying to repair in their garage with a fuel pump that generates no less than 125 pounds through a plastic line that can be sawzalled through.
It's not plastic. It was metal. It still is metal.
Some of it's not.
No, well, the part that's all in the back of it. This is a Porsche, not a Volkswagen. I hate to correct you there. We say the plastic part.
Hold on.
And this is when
let me
Porsche.
go get my door handle
by the way,
and screw it
this
onto
is
your car.
And by the way, no, this is when Porsche owned Porsche. This is a 928. This is the Volkswagen didn't own Porsche yet.
All right, it's getting too Porsche guy talking here where you're bragging about it being a Porsche.
Let's go
All right.
Oh, we're just trying to make the BMW guy feel less bad about his car.
Well, look, I mean, BMW guys, well, his is taken apart. What is it, by the way, Matt?
It's an N54 135.
Oh, that's a great car. You've
That is
already
a
got
great
that
car.
off of a
That's a sweet little
135.
machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was kind of a half truth. It's not quite the head. I'm doing a valve cover job on it.
Gotcha.
All right.
A friend of mine scooped one of those up. He'd seen it sitting in somebody's yard for like 2 weeks, just sitting there, obviously broken.
Yeah, they do that.
He just showed up and he offered the guy like $1,500 and took it home, and now he's building it into a track toy, basically, because he paid $1,500 for it. So
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man, that's a steal. I bought mine new in 2008.
yeah, they're cool cars. I love to dump on BMWs, but the 135 is kind of hard to.
What the hell
do.
does Eric
Alright,
have in
they
his
got it
window
right.
tonight?
Now, speaking of the Yokohama Road Mangler Cup, there's your first two-time winner.
That's right, Eric Hesser from Wisconsin Crap Racing, and he does have a dragon in the window there, and his White
Exactly.
Claw. Yeah,
Exactly. Well, as I was going to say, and while that may not be permissible where you live, as Eric is demonstrating, there are no laws when you're drinking claws. So he'll put whatever he wants in his damn window. Oh, we got some Dick Trickle F sticks on the side of the. Yes. Excellent throwback.
he's got
can't quite
all of
afford
the
the
inside
Jeff Gordon.
jokes in there.
You can't afford the proper Jeff Gordon's Fisherman's Fish sticks. You can get the
Right.
Dick Trickle F sticks.
That's right. That's
Wow.
the.
Yeah. Vicious, sure be good. Wally Stefanik, there it is. Sandals Birmingham, who is bringing you the broadcast tonight, where they will raise hell and praise Dale every day. And be sure to show up on Saturday night, folks, because that's when there's the s'more cook around the burning Applebee's that's in the center of the Sandals Birmingham.
That's right.
Kick
I'll
it
get to one
last.
of my Sandals Birmingham reads out of the way, so thanks for that. The read machine mental jumping in.
That's right. The best ad man that nobody has bought yet.
But I am available for any late night infomercials you may want.
That's right.
Ron Harrington always has something good going on. He's got the Sandals Birmingham as well. And
What is this
Wow.
crowd here? What is this group of people that are on the side of this?
the hood looks amazing as well.
That's not the Duck Dynasty guy, is it?
I don't
probably
think so.
It probably is. It's, Sandals Birmingham attracts that kind of crowd. So
That's right.
Oh,
Ron,
we got
who's
Ron in
who's
the
on your
booth
car,
here.
Ron?
Well, it's a Sandals Birmingham theme, and the pictures are from this video called "I Don't Look Good Naked Anymore."
well, that's on the nose.
Awesome.
Brought to you by Ron Subliminal Messages Inc.
That's super liminal if I've learned anything from
Yes.
The Simpsons.
Now, it's worth mentioning, Ron actually has built a side hustle making wraps for iRacing cars, and you can see like the aside from the hilariousness, this is actually really well done, and he has done it for several professional iRacing teams. And if you are looking for a really cool wrap for your iRacing, check out ronshawraps.com because he does legit stuff. He did my Formula V like a Mexican Coke. It's excellent.
Yeah, and he did
Thank you very
my McLaren for Rich Energy, the book by Alanis Keane and Elizabeth Blackstock. And my McLaren looks snazzy.
So you can get professional level wraps for Lemon's pricing.
There you go. How can you go wrong?
Don't look like crap. Get yourself a Ronster app.
Nice.
Yo.
All right, well, thank you, Ron. Your reference was a little too obscure on the cars, so appreciate the clarity there.
I love, by the way, how, and we had this discussion internally on a Lemons call recently amongst the Lemons staffers about how there are a number of incredibly competent people around who participate in Lemons and Lemons events like this who are totally pissing away their talent doing Lemons, but we really appreciate that.
Well, and
if I'm going to pee away my talent, what better place than here?
I agree.
Exactly.
I maintain, and I say this constantly, that if it were not for Lemons, a good percentage of these very talented people would be indulging in criminal enterprises, not because they're evil, but because they're bored and they want to see if they can get away with it.
That'd be
Guilty?
Land.
What?
I would suck at that. But, oh, hi, Remy.
Ooh, I like that shot, by the way.
Yeah, I'm certain that Dr. Florida Man and Bish would have like some sort of evil lair that would literally rise up from a swamp and henchmen dressed in orange jumpsuits.
They probably
I kind of think that they probably already have that, Lemons or not.
yeah. Agreed.
You can do a lot with meth.
I mean, we come to think of it, Ryan might be in on this because he already has a Bish signal.
There it is.
There it
Good
is.
old Howard Dean.
Yes. Oh, I do have a little update on my RAV4. So Hamza and I we're gonna plan to fix it. And Hamza looked at my estimate stuff, and he was concerned about the front half shafts, like me handling that. So I'm actually gonna take it to Firestone on Tuesday because I do have a stored card, and I can afford to let them fuck with it for 4 hours. So that's one less thing for me to worry about.
But did you get everything else done? Your broken spring and...
That's still... You know, if I had a floor jack and some jack stands and hand tools, I would fix the backside immediately, and then... I guess I could probably fix the top and shit too, for all that matter.
Harbor Freight is always there for you.
That is true.
Pittsburgh. It's my brand,
You could
boy.
bring Jeff in there. He's got that golden ratchet, right?
I got one. Actually, I've got two. Yeah.
I'd be afraid to use that, though.
It's a really good ratchet. It's an 80-tooth ratchet.
It's almost too nice to be sold there.
Almost.
The fascinating thing is, now it's gotten to the point where Harbor Freight, your buddy comes over and he's like, hey, I need to borrow this. All right, go ahead and grab all that Craftsman stuff, but don't you dare touch my Harbor Freight.
Oh.
Mental, they're not a sponsor. You don't have to say that.
Hey, I'm always shopping for sponsors too. I got a podcast.
I have fun things
I
to
gotta
say
make some
about
money.
Harbor Freight in my years of turning wrenches. Yeah.
I have, it's funny. I moved my fiance across the country, and we bought, I don't know, $40 worth of moving blankets from Harbor Freight, which was a ton of them. And
Yeah.
and they're not gonna last more than like 2 moves, but that got the job done. So I can't fault them for that.
You
like
can
even
also
high
insulate a
quality.
house. Yeah, with
Yeah, you can insulate your Harbor Freight hovel with the moving blankets.
You can insulate your Volkswagen so when you go broke buying parts for it and you have to live in it, it's still somewhat comfortable.
Yeah, that's like What do they call the insulation stuff that you put in the aftermarket stuff for cars? The foily stuff. Somebody help me out.
Oh yeah, that Dynamat.
Sound deadening?
Dynamat.
Yeah.
But it's the exact same stuff you can buy at Home Depot for like half price that they use
Yeah.
in houses, but they put
right.
Dynamat on it for stereo installs and they can charge a premium.
Oh, I'll remember that.
It's a brand name thing. Hey, there's Tully. She's back. Good to see you.
Yay!
Yeah, she came back a while ago.
Surprised to see her in a Mustang, not a danged old Camaro, because as she is making her opinion of Ford known well, and it says free Camaro on the side. Danged old.
Dang, old.
I appreciate the Comic Sans also.
My resume's in Comic Sans. I don't understand the reference.
Which explains why he's with us.
I was going to say you applied for Clown College with Comic Sans as the font, but
Oh, I think I just saw Florida Man Donnie on the back of that Solstice.
he is on the back of Tom Pyrex Solstice, yeah. I did catch his face briefly.
Oh yeah, I saw that too, and I passed him.
Of course,
What a
because
cheerful depiction.
because it's the Wawa.
Oh, my people.
There we go. What's I'm not reading the trunk there, but I'm sure the something might never.
It's also a very subtle birds aren't real reference there.
Yes. I love, man, birds aren't real. Birds aren't real is my favorite internet thing, I think. Although, related to this coming up with our meat space race at Barber next weekend, Judge Brett Sloman from New Zealand will be there. And we all know New Zealand is a made-up place, so I'm looking forward to grilling him on where he's really from. So.
Also, and among your favorite internet things and Barber, is a possibility also to see the famous Leprechaun Camaro.
Oh yeah, my koozie is an amateur sketch racing koozie at the moment for the beer that I'm drinking. So yes, let me dig up a photo of that for Ryan real quick, so we can throw that on the.
And if anyone's listening to this and not understanding it, literally go to YouTube and type in Mobile, Alabama Leprechaun. It's worth it. But after this broadcast, don't do it now.
Yes, yeah, don't do it now.
Oh, shit. I was halfway through typing.
Does the Lemons iLeague require racing with the keyboard only for budget reasons? We don't require it, but we do allow it. In fact, Lady A is using an Xbox controller, so you don't need a wheel.
I'd say we encourage it.
In fact, do we have a no pedal, no wheel coming up?
Let me check the schedule, and if you go to iSuckAtRacing.com, it has the schedule published. I think it's March or April. We have a no pedal, no wheel race, which is, as it sounds, you control your car with anything that isn't a wheel and pedal setup. And people have used mouse, people have used keyboard, people have used Xbox controllers, people have used a pickle with leads stuck into it.
Can't
Don't
let
forget
right now,
the
there's
buzzing
a-
hornist controlling this with a French horn.
The French
There's
horn.
a Tyler Stank is right there doing it. Yeah,
Man,
exactly.
the crowd is so young. Back in my day, we were playing racing games with flight sticks.
Yeah, that
We
Well,
got a
that's
few of those.
Oh, let's
Yeah.
do that.
That's how we did the Need for Speed, man. That's how you get started.
Also, the Shih Tzu controlled one that did not go
Oh,
as
yeah.
well. It was cute, but didn't work.
The accelerator
Oh,
frequently
Tyler,
took a
that's
nap.
out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep. So that is March
Going.
16th, which is one of our few weeknight races. That's the day before St. Patrick's Day, obviously. It's a Wednesday night. And March 16th, our first no pedal, no wheel. And then we have another one later in the year in July. So we have a couple set up for this year. Looks like we're on grid almost.
Is that a Garfield Jetta?
Looks like an old Pat Garfield. I think I remember this one. I think I've seen that's an older livery. I'm trying to remember the joke on the side.
Wait, hold on. Is it Garfield or Heathcliff?
I think it's Garfield.
It's hard to tell.
But it's original fat Garfield. So just over 30 seconds before we start this, and it is a perfect time to let you know that everything you're seeing is being brought to you by Top Flight Computer. You like gaming? You like doing stuff at work? You like the internet? You're going to need a computer for all of that. You might as well get one from Top Flight. Of course, advanced racing development, Nemesis Labs. If you're not following Bearded Sim Racer on all your social medias, you're making a mistake.
Yeah.
All right? Because Bearded Sim Racer doesn't give a crap one way or another about Spotify, so you should follow him.
That's right.
The Faith Insurance Agency, because as we will see at the conclusion of this race, life's going to yeet you, and when it does, you're going to want that insurance. And we don't know why, but we're so happy that Yokohama is the sponsor of not only Lemons iRacing, but also Meat Space Lemons Racing, which is happening next weekend.
Right. Thank you, Mental. It's a good read. I'm gonna give you a 7 out of 10 on that read because
7.
that was a 9. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a 9.
I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna
be all
take
Russian
this
judge on
7.
you. Yeah.
No, I'm going to take the 7 because I didn't squeeze in Sandals Birmingham.
Well, we'll get there. Plenty of time.
I
for
was
the
impressed regardless.
Me too.
All right, there you go. And
Sorry.
it's also
I mean-
worth mentioning while we're gridding up that today is Tom Selleck's birthday.
Wow.
So everyone should grow a mustache.
And get a reverse mortgage.
Man, I've got so much chest hair that it looks like a Hawaiian shirt right now.
I'm driving a
Oh.
Ferrari, not
Did
a
you just-
Mazda. And speaking of Mazdas, though, this feels like the pack of Global MX-5 IMSA races from a couple days ago.
Load faster. Yes, I agree.
I
those
refreshed
people are
the paints, so hopefully that works now.
Sounds like Hot Wheels, Hoot Wheels, just getting himself in, maybe under the wire.
Getting
Maybe.
that Giga Blast going.
That's right. We got
Excellent.
more than 35. This is a good field.
Wow.
Oh, I'm excited for this.
38 cars. Wow. Nice.
This is almost like Daytona with 61. We have 38.
You know, parts of that race looked vaguely like Lemons at Sonoma when we had 180 cars. And
There,
there
we
was
got
just
the
a car
paint
on
in.
top of the car. Ooh.
That's the paint we just got in.
Woo.
It's glorious.
Boo! See, are we
here
doing
somewhere.
single file? So it looks like we're doing single file. All right.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be chaotic.
Oh, I'm sure glad I brought my co-pilot for all this chaos.
Oh.
Who are you co-driving with, Josh?
Well, I'm solo driving, but I got my co-pilot, and if Ryan can get a shot of my car here, you can see who my co-pilot is.
I'm going to go with either it's Four Loco or this is a bit from Cannonball Run. 2 seats. Where's he going to sit? So. There we go. Wait, is that a Space Force emblem on the front of that? I will give you a punishment livery for a Space Force emblem.
Nope.
No.
I don't believe in the Space Force. I think it's fake news because I was part of Space Command 20 years ago, so I think
Exactly,
Space Force
yeah.
is fake.
Space
Yeah.
Command is a much better name too.
Agree.
Facts.
Command.
Yeah.
Nope,
exactly.
my co-pilot tonight is mental.
I'm so sorry. I will only disappoint you.
Well, if you look really close at the picture I have on the door of my
yeah.
car,
I know. I see the picture. That
I don't know if it's
picture is-
disappointment or what it is, but it's
That picture
it's
is-
a picture.
That picture is 23 years old. My wife, when we were first dating, took that.
I think she got your good side.
I can tell you from experience that Mental's good side is his front side.
I need some reference on that one,
Well
please.
done.
Listen, look at that.
Yeah.
It's like Daewoo bringing us to the line as it should be in Lemons.
That's right. Let's go, Daewoo.
Is that the only Skippy?
Now,
Yes.
I think there's one other. Oh, there's only one? Perfect.
Oh,
He
wow.
wins.
Yeah, there's only one. Oh, he dies. Hang on to it.
There's some appropriate Daewoo for Lemons.
Yep. That couldn't have been better.
Commentator's
Class is
curse
okay.
in turn 1.
Mustangs and Camaros in the fastest class. The middle class is Jetta's Global MX-5 and the one Skip Barber, and the slow class is the Solstice and the old MX-5. So there you go. Now you know the old MX-5s, I believe, are
Oh, got turned.
All right, Zhao Lu in a Mustang. Now this guy has actually been devastating since joining the league last year. He is consistently top 5, if not overall winners, and there's been weeks where he's done nothing but win.
You know, I think Plus One Racing, they raced a Corolla at Road Atlanta, come to think of it. So
There's the picture.
We know
Sorry, I'm
Zhao
late.
from Real Racing.
There it is.
There's
Looks like a leprechaun to me.
yeah,
Bender in the
could be a
background.
crackhead.
Could be. Now
Might
I know
hold
the
the
reference
wrong
of what that's
stuff.
from. Yeah, I think I saw that on Tosh.0, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
old internet. Yeah. And how?
Yes.
Pretty sure that show is still on.
Gosh, probably now.
It went into hiatus this year, just because of the Corona stuff. But it is actually not been canceled. That guy just keeps making money.
Keeps
Good for
making
him.
it, yeah.
Good for him.
Get that bag.
Boy,
I
Comedy
support
Central.
anyone. I support anyone who earns a paycheck through sheer laziness, and that man, he's got it covered.
I second that. Matt, you're cut from the right kind of cloth to be hanging out with us.
Well, I think laziness is a virtue.
That's oh Jesus.
Laziness
that
is the
reference.
opposite of the IOE, doing the most with the least, or is it the same?
Matt's angling for a Fox News interview, I think, is what that was.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
well, you know, we're lucky I have the time. I did my 10 hours of dog walking this week.
That's right. So we should talk about what Matt Kalish does actually, besides
Yeah.
be lazy and walk dogs. So you shot photography for Rally Series before, and I know you're doing some work in iRacing now. So tell me a little bit about what Matt Kalish has done.
Oh man, that's a list. So I back before, like in the very before times, shot pictures for Global Rallycross before the Red Bull deal.
Awesome.
I've shot pictures for a bunch of the teams in GRC and then Red Bull GRC, like Reese Millen, Brian Herda, Core, and a few others. I've done some work with Subaru. Actually, shout out Launch Control Season 9. Started up a couple days ago.
Oh, sweet.
I did work on that. It's a great show if you're into racing documentaries. It's been going on for longer than Drive to Survive, that's for sure. But it's very similar style. It just follows the Subaru Motorsports USA doing their events around the country. At the moment, I'm skipping over one. I worked for the American Rally Association for its first 3 years. We were bought out by USAC after that, so I did some work with USAC too. And right now I'm working with Jim Beaver Esports.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. Tell me about Jim Beaver Esports then.
Oh
it
yeah.
Beaver?
Well, we're Jim Beaver Esports. We're an iRacing team, and we have our hands in just about every off-road pro series at the very least. We
Sweet.
have Felix Roy running in the World of Outlaws series right now in the World Championship there. We have an IRX franchise. We're also in eNASCAR. We have 2 drivers there. We have Blake Reynolds and Michael Guest going into 2022. We announced that a week or 2 ago. But we also just did, last week, we did our first race of the Short Course World Cup. Those are iRacing Pro 4 and Pro 2 events, and we actually
cool.
have a TV deal with CBS Sports for that. So
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
keep an eye out.
Fantastic.
Damn. That's
Yeah, and
legit,
I can say,
man.
yeah, we did a Pro 4 race and a Pro 2 race last week, and I can tell you it was damn good racing.
Excellent.
Yeah, let's keep an eye
to
out
look
for
for
that
that.
stuff, I guess.
I know the Lemons people who do this, and especially Nate Schlavine, who sets up these races. And big thanks to Nate. He puts in so much hard work. But we like to throw the Pro 2s and all kinds of stuff because they're goofy and fun and do weird stuff. But like, super props to the people who actually know how to drive them. It's such an incredible machine, you know, virtual or in real life, and you know, such a weird skill to be able to do it. So that's super cool that you're so involved in that.
Mm-hmm. I love seeing them when they do, like in meat space, when they do them on pavement. It is just awesome.
Oh yeah, like the Stadium Super Truck stuff is.
Yes, or like as a support series for a road course, and they just like set ramps up in the middle of a downtown racetrack, and these guys are just and landing, and it's fantastic.
Oh man, yeah, I saw them do that at Long Beach a couple of years ago
Yes,
during the IndyCar weekend. It was great.
Yeah.
and they're lifting their inside wheels. Yeah, they're making corners. It's just amazing.
It is like Robbie Gordon tapped into being like a 7-year-old with Tonka trucks, and you're like, yes, yes. Yeah. Which, I mean, in some grand sense, is how the Pro 2 trucks are. Is, you know, it's this big, you know, I don't want to say childish isn't right, but it appeals to that part of you that's just like, this thing can drive over anything.
Yes.
I mean, it's a giant truck powered by a NASCAR motor. What's not to love about that? That ticks all the boxes.
I will not lift off the throttle at all. Period. Dot. What's Carl Edward got going on in the hood there of that Mustang? Oh, the strip barber.
Yes, the strip
there
barber.
it is.
Yeah.
And if you want the strip barber, it is only located inside Sandals, Birmingham.
That's right.
So bring those singles.
Yep. Every night, he strips the barber.
Always on the pole position. Oh, well done, Mr. Edward.
Classic. Shout out to a great team name there as well. You gotta say it out loud. Nope. Drew Peacock. Anyway, the Bear Pope is here. Classic Bear Pope guys have been with us since the beginning. Jared Duclos and Matt Sitko. Always good to see them.
Got his flex seal.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a real fun group of guys to race with when they do their weekly sessions and whatnot. A lot of fun.
I think, did they run with the in the IMSA 24 Hours of Daytona? Was that the Bear Pope guys? I know Tyler Stank and another group. I think there were a couple entries.
I think Bear Pope did this year for the 24. Yeah, they try to. I know.
There's the other Bear Pope car. This is the Bear Pope Janitorial Services versus the Bear Pope Enduro color name.
I love that they just painted it with the Virtually Awful logo. Super into that. That's a really good paint job on the dang old Camaro there.
Yes. And, you've been busy, parenting, buying a house, getting married, moving your fiance. You missed, there is actually a paint scheme of the dang old Camaros that is a perfect representation of a Cordoba.
Ooh. Oh. Like the Cordoba?
Da-da-da!
Yeah.
A Cordoba, a brown Cordoba.
Ah, perfect.
With Landau, it's excellent.
It is actually, yes.
I will have to dig back through the videos to find that, I think.
I have a long-term goal of trying to find the Cordoba that I got into Lemon's car spotting a few weeks back that Eric recognized as being an Omaha car, because it was a beautifully rusty vehicle but was chugging around Omaha, and I'd love to do a car up like that.
That'd be great. Old 70s Chryslers are just... we're such suckers for Stellantis anything, but if there's anything more Chrysler than a 70s, Satellite or Imperial or Cordoba, man, I don't know what it would be.
Now, there's nothing more Chrysler than mid-70s Cordoba, but the most Stellantis of all automobiles has been offered. If you've not seen the 24 Hours of Lemons 2021 wrap-up video, our esteemed guest host here, Mr. Rude, has made an offer that if you are to find a dang it, what's the car, the stupid
Dodge Caliber, yeah.
Thank you, a Dodge Caliber, you are full and ready to put a Neon SRT4 drivetrain in it. You are required, not encouraged, required to boost it to the moon. You will receive 0 penalty laps if you paint it gold.
Yep. Well, there's a couple. Let's back up a little bit. So, received as another Sandals on the hood there from Sandals Birmingham.
There's actually a very cool Caliber. It's owned by the head of the Oregon Trail Rally. Her name's Kim Jankowski. She is a great person. She owns the one factory Dodge Caliber race car.
Oh.
Actually made, done up by Mopar in-house, and it ran Targa, Newfoundland. It was designed and built for Targa, Newfoundland. And Karen bought it, and now she rallies it.
Oh, wow. That sounds
Proper, though. Yeah.
amazing.
We need that at the Lemons Rally, hardcore.
Yeah, totally. So we do rallies, which are not stage rallies. They're more like they're not time, speed, distance either. They're more just like a long distance scavenger hunt. That'd be a great car for
Yes.
Like a poker run or something.
To be miserable in a stiffly sprung Dodge Caliber for 1,500 miles. That's about right. So that's
bonus
super
points if they cut the heater core hoses off first.
And it is actually a great transition because we've got several Lemons, well, 2, 3 if you count you, Lemons Valley rally veterans in here, and if you're not ready to strap in to Nomex and a roll cage and risk bodily harm, which it still is the safest series out there, but if you're just not into racing but you still want to get into this insanity, Lemons Rally is frigging fantastic. That is an excellent opportunity to get all kinds of stupid and not be dangerous. It is a truly epic thing, and all of that can be found at the 24hoursoflemons.com.
They'll even let in a Reliant Robin, but it kind of goes against the not be dangerous thing a little.
Well, yeah. We had a Cushman also that won a rally. It's a Cushman with a Suzuki 900cc engine in it or something.
Oh God, that sounds horribly. Oh no! Oh man, he was running third. Dang. Well, let's hope he gets it out just in time. Looks like he just Mustanged that one.
Yep.
Try to take a little bit of a shortcut and missed the concrete wall there.
Oh yeah. Also, Jared Duclos disconnected manually while you were all talking about things.
Bummer.
All right, so that puts all the Smiths in the lead. But what really matters is that Jay Luzdon is currently the real winner. Yes.
That's right.
You better step up your game, Lady A, if you want that true win.
Where am I right now?
24th.
Oh.
You got an hour and 6 minutes.
The green neon is in front. Okay, I see. Okay. Well, that's James Longston.
No pressure. So going back to the Caliber thing, it turns out that embattled Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich was at the Dodge Caliber launch in Belvedere when they started the assembly line in Illinois.
With Rod. It's good shit.
Do you really?
Oh, hey.
Is it easily retrieved?
Yeah, I'll
we
put
need
it
this.
in. I'll put
We
it. Yeah, let me
desperately
grab
need
it.
this.
Yeah, let me get it.
Oh, so good. But so he was at the launch of that, and obviously his famous quote when he was trying to sell the Senate seat was, "We've got this thing, and it's effing golden." So through various normal weird text message chain with Nick and Phil, we came up with the effing golden edition Dodge Caliber, wherein you have to cheat it, so all the turbo boost, you put coilovers on it, we don't care. You can cheat this car up as much as you'd like. It's still a Dodge Caliber at the end of the day. And as with a stage rally car, it needs to run well and hard for a half hour at a time, and then it cools off. At an endurance race, it's not gonna make it halfway. So it'll be great to watch somebody attempt to build one and then just watch it, melt down halfway through.
mean, there's some people that can build.
All right, I
There's some
found it.
people out there that can build some neons, but
There we go.
they're just
Zach
no-
Bowman.
If they're not with us.
Oh
Amazing.
my gosh, that is
2010.
fantastic. That is
2010 at Comic Con in Chicago. Yeah.
He was at Comic Con.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right in the midst of all that.
Back when he was-
2010. It was
He was
perfect.
right in the middle of all that. Wow.
Oh yeah, how's he doing today?
He's out of prison. He got a pardon, so I guess he's doing okay.
I'll have to hit him
Eric.
up.
Eric won't return any of his emails that he keeps sending him, so
That's right.
I think he's a
What's
little
up, Zach
lonely.
Bowman in YouTube chat? How we doing, man?
Oh yeah, Mr.
yeah.
You also disconnected manually.
Rod Blagojevich. Yeah, so we had the Lemons. My first Lemons race in 2010 was the Rod Blagojevich Never Say Die 500, which again in 2010 was in the middle of all of this, right before he went to prison. So it was pretty great. There was the patch art was a hand holding a bag of money and a palm outstretched underneath it. So good. So good. So earlier this year, Mental and I received a bribe that was a cameo to the Lemons judges from Rod Blagojevich, which included, among the many great quotes, something about being fair or something, which
And
is
just, yes.
yeah, fair and just. The most amazing quote from a guy who did everything wrong, literally everything wrong.
Is there
my-
any way we can clip Jon Stewart saying Blagojevich's name?
Yeah, totally.
My favorite part of that video is when he specifies your family, your friends, and the people that you love, because in Rob's world,
those
those
not
are
the
three
same.
different categories.
That's right. Zach Bowman asking if we've ever inquired with Willow Springs for a race. We were set to do a race there in March 2020.
Oof.
I think that's all I need to say about that. So,
Yes.
away it went.
Well, we
Yeah,
haven't hit
Willow-
March 2020 yet. It's like March 984th of 2019.
Yeah.
Actually, Willow Springs is aggressively seeking things out. I recently found out you can rent Streets of Willow during the week for like $200. You don't get any flaggers for this, but it's a great place to go test a car. I'm actually due at Big Willow here in 2 weeks for an event.
Wow, that's really cheap.
Sorry.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, I'm about to do a drive-through penalty after the end of this lap.
Well, stop doing things that get you penalties. This is literally the conversation Eric will
Okay,
have
let-
14 times before lunch on Saturday.
Well, part of it was me being banged around
official
like a
seal.
hoe.
What Eric didn't announce in the iRacing post on the forums was that we're going to start doing black flag penalties. Right, Eric? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I say this after I've already served my first one and I'm getting really close to my second one.
You guys have automatic penalties turned on for incident points?
Yeah.
Yeah, 11 incident points, drive-through. And we also have, I think, 2 quick repairs.
I mean, that's pretty generous. I feel like if you're getting penalties, getting drive-throughs, that's on you.
Bam. That just happened. Unsolicited confirmation.
You can trust me. I've admined official iRacing run events before. It's fine.
Yeah, there you go. And we are just rolling up at the halfway point of this endurance first of our 2 events. The Lemons iRacing Series here in beautiful Birmingham. I mean, not even downtown. It's like outside of, really, it's Leeds, Alabama. But right up the street from the beautiful Sandals Birmingham Resort. Remember, on Fridays, it's all the barbecue you can eat. And Saturdays, of course, is our famous fried shrimp and catfish night. So go ahead and pop in for that. Get your vacations booked up, but Valentine's Day is full. I'm sorry. You can see on the side of Ronster's Cars, we've got a stack of half-seat customers that are coming back for Valentine's Day for that one. But check out Sandals Birmingham Resort. But while you're checking it out, you're going to need a computer to do it. And why not get a computer from Top Flight Computers? They make computers for gaming, they make computers for business. These are probably things that you do, and you're going to need one. Get one from them. Advanced Racing Development, of course, Nemesis Labs, Bearded Sim Racing. Follow him on all of your social medias. Yokohama Tires, we don't know why they sponsor us, but we're happy that they do. And if you race on a set of Yokohama tires, you have an opportunity to win a set of Yokohama tires. You're stupid not to do it. And if you find yourself completely bored on Thursday mornings on your commute to work and you are absolutely tired of listening to news channels where they yell at you, check out the Everyone Racers podcast, new episodes every Thursday.
Where if you're lucky, Chrissy will give you just the tip.
Or Chrissy's mom will give you cookies.
Oh no, you've got to be more than lucky for that. That is a privileged position, I believe.
That's a deserving position there. You got to work for it.
Exactly.
Deserting position.
Oh, well done.
He stole that dad joke right out from under me. I will now die in shame.
Oh, but I'm totally using it on this week's podcast. That is excellent. EJ Bird, right.
Making a mental note.
Right in the back of the buzzing hornist. Give him a little toot there.
Yeah, I got tooted and tooted him, and there's a lemon. Gotta squeeze the lemon, like the Charmin.
All right, and still, all the Smiths still holding that top spot by a good 8 seconds. Well done.
Yep, Robert Smith, Johnny Marr, all the Smiths.
It's a big team. He's got all of them.
He's got all the Smiths. It's an AA run, but you know, as it says on the leaderboard, it's just all the Smiths.
Yeah. All of the Smiths. Burr, 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 burr. Wow. Oh. Ugh. Tag team back again. Gonna give me Bondo Benz. Bom bom dong. Gonna get some ramen noodle Bondo. Fix my car.
All right.
Yeah.
And it's looking like halfway through this, we are well into the teens here, and everyone is still in the same lead lap. So this is some close racing. Wow. Yeah, 15th place, all on the lead lap. Oh, 19th place on the lead lap. This is really well done. Everybody is really battling it out. We haven't had any really fantastic yeetage, and we don't get into the laps traffic until 23rd place. But that's okay, because that's going to be our real winner tonight.
That's right. And who's 23rd right now?
It just went by. You're going to have to wait for it to come back around.
Okay.
Hey, I'm back. So that was weird. I accidentally bumped the Windows button on my keyboard, and my computer's like, cool, you want to shut down? All right, we're doing that.
You know what kind of computer never has that problem? A top flight computer.
That's right. It knows.
And you also missed a truly epic dad joke.
Well,
all right.
I can live with that.
Mr. Pulsar Tricks is in 23rd.
Aha. That's totally not a made-up name.
Pulsars are pretty tricky.
Well, it's like when Randy Bish 69420 keeps winning all the robot races over
right?
Kim Harmon 1, Kim Harmon 12, Kim Harmon 37.
And Dale Earnhardt Jr.
He's only doing that because the heart and soul of that particular AI driver is being powered by one of those gigantic Chevy station wagons with the VIN number 69420.
Yes, but as far as robots go, I would much rather be killed by a Kim Harmon robot than a Dale Jr. robot.
Yeah. Also, Kevin Hester manually disconnected. No pedal, no wheel mafia.
That's all right, because his brother is throwing down.
That's right.
Speaking of Kim Harmon, I recently introduced one of my family members to the memorial Kim Harmon Scrotium 500.
Well, it's not a memorial, but yes, correct. Yeah. She's still very much alive and actually in Daytona working for a race team this weekend.
Yes.
But yes, the Scrodium 500 is Kim Harmon's race. It's a long story. Go watch the recap video after we're done here on the Lemons YouTube channel.
Yes.
I'm proud to have been one of the participants of the iScrodium 500 as I hit the wall here, where in total Lemons raised over $3,000 for Lemons of Love.
Yep, that was just over a year ago. I think one of the things we're hoping to do going forward is to do some kind of charity stuff with the iRacing. So we're
great to see, Eric. That was 2 years ago. It was 2020 because we were all on lockdown.
No, it was January 2021. Right. Yeah.
Okay, 21.
Yeah, we were able to do Barber last year. It was right before that. So.
Okay. I do remember. Yeah, I was at that race.
Yeah. So this will be our first real Barber race next week in 2 years. So I'm pretty excited for that. It's such a cool place. And actually, in shot right here to your left is the museum that is completely amazing. One of the coolest places.
Yeah, and in fact, that version of it is doubled in size and has a bridge that goes out over that turn and goes all the way over to the Hanging Lady. And it is, I've told this story before, but in 2014, I returned from 18 months of military deployment and went to the race from Oklahoma, drove to Barber, and had a terrible car that didn't do very well. My father drove up from Atlanta. And he said, "Oh, well, when are you going to be in the car, son?" And I said, "Oh, it'll be another couple hours." So he went to go check out the museum and spent the entire day over there and missed my entire race. And came back and said, "Wow, that museum is just amazing. I still couldn't see all of it." And I'm like, "Oh, hi, Dad. I'm your DNA and your namesake. But, as long as you got to see the museum." And then I saw the museum, and it was totally worth it.
Yeah, I had... the first year I went there, we showed up. I think I got on the property at like 9:30 Friday before BS, and they're like, "You got time to go to the museum?" So I was at the museum for about 90 minutes, which, if you've been there, you're like, "All right, well, you can see half of one floor in 90 minutes."
Yeah, exactly. And that was the old museum, and that's just mean. Why would you even do that? Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, Nicholas A. Pointing out that he bets none of the cars have fallen through the sinkhole there because it's not the Corvette Museum. That's pretty good.
Nice.
It is mostly motorcycles in the museum, by the way.
But the bottom floor is cars, and then
cars,
I think the expansion has opened up, including a lot more cars because they had a full restoration facility in the basement.
Yeah,
there's a really pretty picture that Matt took, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Oh
so
wow.
Good.
Oh my God! And that's the thing. That's the caliber. That's the
Yeah, that's the caliber. I can't take credit for that picture though. That photo's by a guy named David Cosboom, is a good friend of mine.
So it's the caliber race car that she rallies. Got it.
It's the caliber race car. That's a factory Mopar in-house build.
That's actually really good looking. That's a good looking car.
I would buy that. I would spend money on that. I'm slightly ashamed of myself for saying that, but also, I mean, look at it.
It is pretty glorious.
That's pretty great. So what are some of your favorite, people who do rally in America, it's kind of, I dropped the thing. It's kind of a niche event, right? So, there's obviously Subarus, there's Lancers, but you always got those people who kind of do their own thing. I know there's a guy who still rallies a Plymouth Fire Arrow, for example.
Ooh.
What are some of your favorite cars like that, Matt?
Oh man, there's out of Seattle, there's a woman who rallies it's basically stock, but it's a 2002 TII. And she rallies it, and it's fantastic. I love all those older cars. You see a lot of engine swaps into Subarus.
Sure.
Like, a lot of guys will take, the ones from the 90s. I forget what the platform code on those are, but, they'll take, the H6 out of the Tribeca.
Yeah.
And they'll put it in those cars. That's a pretty common one. You see a lot of LS swaps. There's a guy running around out of Michigan with an LS swapped FCRX7, which was not LS swapped until he burned the motor in that thing. But
Right. Well, they do that. That's the thing that wrote.
But yeah, there are a bunch. There are a lot of people that keep their cars more stock than not.
Yeah.
There are a few like E36s, as I said,
Sure.
lots of Subarus. A couple people run 911s that are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Those things are great. They're just so loud because they run open dumps on those things. So
Yeah, right. And there's
You
no
just hear 'em
feet
for a
of
mile.
piping to
Right.
yeah, I bet that. That's interesting.
But there's also I didn't mean to step on you. I just remembered one more. There's an S10 rally car
oh yeah,
that's out of Minnesota. That is, oh man, I love that thing so much.
that's perfect. And kind of begs the question why there aren't more rally trucks. Obviously the suspension isn't very sophisticated on an S10, but as we've discovered in endurance racing, they're pretty robust. They'll take a horrible beating. So,
So there used to be more of them back when the SCCA was still in charge of rally in the U.S.
right.
There were a couple S10s. One of the first all-wheel drive rally cars in the country was a Jeep Wagoneer, and it cleaned up in the 70s.
Oh, that's
Dude won a
badass.
championship in a Wagoneer in the 70s. And
That's
he won
great.
a whole bunch of other events. But there's a guy who brings out it's a really heavily modified Frontier out of Baja. It's a pre-runner truck, so it's just two-wheel drive. But I saw that thing in New England last year at NEFR. It shows up to some of the Northeast and Midwest events. It's painted in like the 80s Nissan factory livery that they ran in like on the GTO car.
Right.
Looks like that old 300. That thing's pretty cool. But yeah, that's just about all of them I can think of. Now there was someone with an Escape. Maybe 10 or 15 years ago. Like that's
great.
It was a first-gen Escape.
Yeah. I know a friend of Lemon's, Andy Diderossi, has done the Snowball Rally a few times with a 323 GTX, which is the super weird, rare, turbo, all-wheel drive Mazda 323, which are really cool little cars.
If you can find one, they were impossible to find new, and then nowadays they've all rusted away.
You know what? I had one that I got for free, and I got rid of it because it didn't have a transmission. Which, where are you going to find a transmission?
Oh yeah, with
a transfer case in it. Yeah.
And while we're talking, forgive me if I missed this. Have we talked about the original alien himself, Santiago, who used to be a pretty regular on this one? Okay, yeah.
We haven't talked about it. Do you know Santiago Iglesias, Matt?
Oh yeah, he's
He's like three-time division champion in that BRZ.
he's super fast.
Yeah, he's raced with us in iRacing and was one of the I think what he most stands out for in my mind is in the no pedal no wheel race. He had some Buick Lucerne or something that was his company car that he hacked the CAN bus.
Yes.
So he was using the actual car to drive his iRacing car.
Real
God.
pedal, real wheel.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it was really good.
Via a delay on his phone that he would set on the dash. It was hilarious.
Yeah, because he would be like in the UP, like doing cold weather testing or something, like so that was just spectacular.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
He has
He's a great person. We had him on our podcast a couple years ago. Just a genuinely really nice and interesting human being.
Yeah, I've talked to him before. He has the blue and green BRZ, right? The one with like the amoeba paint job on it, or whatever it is.
Yes, and I believe
abstract.
it's the colors are. I'm going to screw this up and get myself in trouble, but I want to say the Colombian flag.
That tracks.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are certain groups. I think he runs with the RKT guys sometimes. They're a big team. I think they're Colombian. If I'm not saying anything
also,
problematic, but
Sorry.
Worthy of noting, his rally team support vehicle is a B-body Caprice wagon.
As you do.
yeah, yeah, it is.
Those are such great cars. And, you know, what's crazy is people always are like, oh man, what should I bring to a Lemons event? You know, what kind of car should I bring? You know, and they inevitably show up with a BMW 3 Series.
Yeah, I was literally going to say, not a BMW.
Yeah.
Do not bring a BMW.
But if you go to any junkyard right now, there is almost always some kind of B-body sitting there that somebody's gotten rid of for $300, you know, in scrap. And there's almost always a Volvo 240, and those are like picture perfect Lemons cars, you know, for very different reasons. But you know, like the 240, that's the car that can do anything. You know, people rally those, people road race them, people drag race them,
LS swap.
LS swap them. You can put whatever the hell you. If you've ever opened the hood of one of those, the engine bay is enormous. They'll do anything you want them to. It is like the Swiss Army knife of cars. So I don't know why people ask me what to bring, and then I tell them, you know, go get a Volvo, and then, you know, they don't. So it's like the perfect starter car too for road racing. Yeah, it's 100 horsepower, weighs 2,800 pounds. Long wheelbase.
They're also just tanks.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And there are no problems with that car that have not been solved, readily available on the internet in seconds.
Yeah. Cheap. Yeah, famously, Judge Phil, if you've been around Lemons for the last 10 years, Merrily Martin, Judge Phil Graydon, however you know him, fabulously eccentric guy, but he helped build a V8 Volvo that, you know, was a pretty formidable car in the early days of Lemons. It rolled over on its roof at Thunder Hill, and famously the roof didn't even deflect enough to reach the roll cage. They're so insanely overbuilt that, yeah, man. Oh, yeah, that's a great comment, by the way, from Mike Bierge. Mike Bierge, by the way, awesome Lemons guy, rallied a 1980 Dodge Challenger last summer, which, when was the last time you've seen one of those? But he's dismayed at the lack of LeBaron convertibles in Lemons now, and man, you ain't kidding. Those cars are still around, LeBaron convertibles, because the old people that bought them loved them and took care of them.
And now we turned into Lemons rides.
At all.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I had it off. I live in the freest of rust-free places, and I haven't seen a LeBaron convertible in decades.
Well, I mean, that is a car that's sold in the Midwest. Let's be frank here.
Yeah.
Nobody, if you were on the West Coast for, you know, Chrysler LeBaron money, you could have bought a BMW 3 Series, which, frankly, at the time, way better choice. So, I mean, that's a west of Philadelphia, east of Kansas City purchase, which is also where all the rust is. So they're either all gone or they're in, you know, octogenarians' garages, you know, and haven't moved in 20 years.
You know, those little the original turbo Dodge 4-cylinders, those were formidable engines and could be tweaked to make a lot of power.
Well, you know my stance on those. There's an entire Lemons World episode about that. But you know, Chrysler's never made something that can't blow up spectacularly. So,
Indeed.
Look at that. It's like how
Look
they
at
partnered with Maserati, but somehow made a more reliable car.
yeah, exactly. Maserati, make our engine more reliable.
I'd like to call the attention to the hand of God that is shining through Ron's living or his office right now through that light.
That's pretty great.
I feel like there seems to be some angels singing behind there.
Jesus tap dancing Christ. I see the light.
Yeah.
What band? The band, man. We'll get the band.
Man, you do a pretty good Belushi, I gotta say. Mike Beard getting an update, by the way, on his 1980 Dodge Challenger.
Oh, excellent.
In the comments, so.
I'll say it now lives in Corbin, Kentucky. For a non-Midwesterner, I do love that movie deep with all of my heart. That is just by every measure a great film.
It is an epic car and music movie. So
It really is.
And cameos. I mean, just the acting talent that showed up in that.
yeah,
Carrie Fisher, for Pete's sakes.
yeah. Carrie Fisher's character in that movie is so underrated. So good. She's doing her nails and then
absolutely.
bazooka hand.
You know, and you can. She is. It is not a word is spoken during that scene, but you feel her hate. You feel how much she wants Jake dead.
It's funny, you know, that was my favorite movie as a young kid, was the taped off of TV version when I was like 6, because, you know, it's cars crashing and that's exciting and funny.
Exactly.
But like, I didn't watch that movie from like age, I don't know, 8 to 18. And then like, you know, I watched it again, like as a semi-adult, I guess. And I was like, holy this movie's, wow, there was a lot happening in everything. Like,
Well, the problem is when you were 8 and you watched it, it was on TBS, and that is a completely different film.
I like that you pretend I grew up somewhere with cable. That's a big step to a city.
Okay, so you watched it on WGN, but still.
That's exactly right. Yeah, we had it. All of our movies were taped off of WGN.
That's right. The Chicago one, not the Superstation.
Yeah, I didn't know that WGN existed other places until much, much later in my life. It was just where all the Cubs games were with Harry Carey, who was, you know, I'm a White Sox fan, but I can get down with Harry Carey being drunk by the second inning.
I totally remember growing up and watching, you know, having cable and knowing the number to Empire Flooring. And I am so happy to see them advertising nationally now. But I just remember call 588-2300 Empire.
Yeah.
Oh, we had those commercials in New York when I was growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Because they're
WGN Superstation, yeah.
They're nationwide now, but they used to be only a flooring company in Chicago.
Oh,
My brother-in-law worked for them briefly.
I'm crazy. I feel like I've been seeing their commercials for 30 years.
Yeah, with the dude with the
have,
mustache.
Yeah, pretty much.
But WGN was the Chicago station that somehow got syndicated. I don't really understand all of the subtleties and nuance of that, but
Yeah, I'll have to look it up on TV trips. I think it's like they wanted to be like WTBS, which also was the first Superstation.
Yes. See, now we had Wolfman Jack's unclaimed furniture mark growing up in Atlanta with, you know, when you got TBS just by having a regular television. Some interesting developments, though, is Bird is now in the lead.
how about that?
With Edward and Brinkley. So, and he's in the pits.
That's
He's
right,
making his. So the deal, by the way, is that the super stocks, because they fuel so slowly, they were given enough fuel to only make one stop against the Mustangs too. So there's a weird bit of strategy going on that is uncharacteristic for us to even have to confront with. So I'm not even going to worry about it till we get to the last 10 minutes about
No,
it.
but
Where are we at? Are we halfway or?
we are 35 minutes left in this
Yeah,
race.
we're a little over halfway.
It's uncharacteristic for Lemons. It is not uncharacteristic for Schleveen. He actually puts a lot of thought into these. These are great races.
Yeah, Nate Schleveen, Lemons racer, who races a Volkswagen Golf that he inexplicably made mid-engine, because why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Really, really intelligent guy who kind of gets what we're doing and created some of the great formats that we have, like the Formula 8 and roller derby enduros, which is just spectacular.
And it is also, you mentioned the no pedal, no wheel on the 16th. The future event is roller derby at Road Atlanta. The last time we saw that happen, it was Miatas and NASCARs. It was awesome. All of the NASCARs just started lining up on the back straightaway to take everybody out as they came through. It was just a wonderful event.
It's a beautiful thing. I still don't know if I totally understand roller derby rules, but I know our interpretation of it, and it is good, friends. So make sure you're around. And again, you can get the full schedule for the entire year on isuckatracing.com, which is our Lemons iRacing website. So all that stuff's there, and it's also how you can sign up.
Well, Miss Alley Cat, thank you so much for following us. Welcome to Lemons iRacing.
Yeah, welcome.
Oh, that's a cute penguin.
Yeah,
really
that's
like that.
Gunther.
That's Gunther.
He's the penguin of Twitch.
Well, that's embarrassing. I feel like I should know Twitch.
That's
Oh, well.
okay.
It's actually Gunter
It's
from
hard to
Adventure
understand
Time.
Twitch.
You both, friend, and I've been doing this off and on for almost 2 years. So. The important thing, again, is that Ryan knows.
Yes.
Which is
There you
just
go.
why you should follow Bearded Sim Racer on all of his social medias, because he just doesn't do this ridiculous stuff. He does actual real podium esports, Porsche Club,
That's
NASCAR.
right.
You get this kind of quality of coverage without the discount talking heads that are doing the commentary. The DraftKings president, of course, excluded
Yes.
from that.
That's
Oh,
right.
thank you,
That's right.
thank
yes.
Discount? I was on the clearance section. What are you talking about?
That's the Josh Hust jumping in with the one-liner that I love right there.
The builder of the PC I'm using to creep on Mr. Logston here. If I can pass him, that'd be awesome.
And where is who is sitting in 23rd?
Yeah,
at the
who is
moment?
sitting 20?
Right now, you've got Mr. Pyrek. Oddly far back for Pyrek. Normally, he's on
actually-
the lead lap. Must have had an incident.
It's actually James Logston right now. The last time across the line, it was previously mentioned.
I
so
definitely got to beat him then to win.
This is the kind of riveting Lemons action you get is people racing for 23rd.
Yeah, I know. Got this lap car in front of me. Oh boy.
Which is exactly why we should start doing the Road Mangler Cup the same way.
Yeah, you know, maybe I'll bring that up with Jay on Monday. We should, you know, I do have, by the way, the Vintage Wheels automotive trivia if we need a question here and there. Have that
We've got 31 minutes left, and this race is being brought to you by Top Flight Computers, Advanced Racing Development, Nemesis Labs, and Yokohama Tire. So I feel like it's a perfect opportunity
Yeah.
for the host of the 24 Hours of Lemons. Check them out at 24hoursoflemons.com to bust out one of these trivia questions.
Before we get there, real quick, this broadcast is brought to you by Sandals Birmingham, your exclusive but all-inclusive resort in the Magic City. And book now, and Sandals Birmingham will throw in a free 3-day rental of our uncle's 85 Camaro, what got like 450 horsepower. Sandals Birmingham, book today.
Is more importantly, does it have T-tops?
Yes, gotta have the T-tops.
All right. Do burnouts leave 2 lines behind them? Don't answer that. All right. So this question.
T-tops will let you go to Strip Barber to see.
That's
Woo! Every night at 9.
yeah. Oof.
Oof.
Man.
Sandals Birmingham, where burnout has an entirely new meaning.
That's exactly right. All right. This is all right. We'll start easy. All right. How many cylinders did the '84 Audi Coupe GT have? in its
I
engine?
know this one, but I'm going to go last
5?
because I do know.
Yeah. Cameron's got that one right. Lady
Pretty
A's
much,
got
The
it.
84?
84 had a 5-cylinder. Yep.
Yeah, I think that was the 2.6 2.3 liter was the non-turbo. The 2.2 was the turbo.
More importantly, it was the star of Ashes to Ashes, and where it gave you the great line of, right, let's fire up the Quattro.
Yeah.
That's a good obscure pull right there.
Yeah.
That's a livery for a TCR now.
Speaking of,
Go to YouTube after this broadcast and just type in Fire Up the Quattro. It was a great show. It's a shame it didn't make it to America.
all red Mazda there. Looking a little boring, Michael Brakey, but we hope he can get it together. This is a new name I'm not familiar with, so hopefully he's a brand
There are
new
lots of new names out here tonight.
Lemons iRacers. Always good to see fresh blood.
Yeah,
It's totally new. Don't worry. It's going to be fun to insult you. It's okay.
Yeah, it's what we do.
Bit of a tragic name for Lemons, really.
It is. Although, to be fair, he is part of Team Regret, so he at least knows what he's getting into.
Well, it's better than Team Truth.
What if they're the same?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really care which one they are because they're both beating Team 10mm Mafia.
As you do.
As
I
you
do like the rusty Mazda in front of him, the one that looks like it's had the angle grinder taken to it and then left out in the sea breeze.
Is it rust? I thought it was pudding.
Rusty Pudding.
Well,
Actually,
there's your
That's an
That's
emo
actually
band name.
great. I can picture Rusty Pudding driving around in ARCA. Come on.
Yeah, he
yeah, Rusty
also a
Pudding.
stripper?
Yeah, Rusty Pudding's definitely a short track racer. in
Now,
America. Yeah.
if you were loading up your cheaty BMW onto a trailer right now to leave Thursday to drive to Birmingham and you haven't come up with a theme,
Yeah.
they just handed you that on a gold platter.
Yes,
You
you're
better
welcome.
show up as Rusty Pudding.
Rusty Pudding, yeah.
The new stripper at Sandals Birmingham.
Oh,
That definitely overshadows my suggestion. I was going to say a new segment for Lemons. Is that a Lemons team name or an emo band?
Oh, yeah. Man, we had that years ago. I had this whole thing drawn up, and maybe I did it on a podcast I was on many years ago, but it was a GM J Body Club or a recording artist on ICP's label, and it was really hard. It was like really, really difficult.
oh, that does sound great.
Yeah, Cavalier enthusiast or, really bad, white rural rap band. That's kind
I
of
feel
the
like-
same thing.
Yeah, say like everyone on ICP's label is a Cavalier enthusiast.
It really is. That's the beauty part, and that's why
Some are
they
similar
overlap so
enthusiasts.
nicely.
Just look at the parking lot during a concert.
I mean,
Oh,
the
well, that
greatest gathering video is somebody was suspected of stealing stuff, so the family trashed the dude's car, which of course was a Pontiac Grand Am. That one has made some circulation in Lemons HQ. big
And
time.
despite this, when they made their version of Death Race,
keep it
can you
out.
save it?
Look at that. Nobody died.
Hey.
When they
Michael
when,
Brakey, well done.
when the ICP made their version of Death Race, not one GM product in it.
Was it all Chrysler?
They're in some sort of a Jeep thing. There's a
okay.
town car limo. Of course, Team Vaginamite is in a Lotus.
Okay. What kind of Lotus?
The new one. The
Oh, like an Exige or something?
yeah.
I was
yeah.
hoping
It
it'd
is.
be like an
It is
Esprit.
an Elise. It's a Lotus Elise.
Lease. Yeah.
Spawning the all-time classic movie line from that film, it's a Lotus, which means it can go from 0 to suck my dick in 3 seconds.
Perfect. Perfect. Amazing. So,
I didn't say that. I'm just quoting the film.
I love that you've spent time. I'm not gonna imply that it was government time that you spent watching this movie, but I mean, I assume there's a lot of downtime, is what I'm getting at. Well, I'm glad you've done that research for me, Mental, because now I don't have to watch that.
No one has to. No one has to watch anything they have ever done. I'm just going to throw that out there.
That's right. By the way, Tyler Stank in the lead by 4.5 seconds or so.
He's mastered the Mustang.
The Sandals Birmingham Mustang.
That's right. He's got to represent.
This also means that he fixed his sim rig that fell apart because he forgot Loctite.
Details. Making a pit stop. There it is. So this is the Mustang's second stop.
Not a good thing to do for getting those kind of details for a pilot.
Look, pilots are not mechanics. It is important to recognize this.
No, they are not, but they should at least understand certain things should be tight. I do believe the man, the Smith, the legend, all the Smiths, making another run at first as Tyler takes a pit with just 24 minutes left in this Yokohama I Suck at Racing Lemons. Really, is this season 5? Are we calling this season 5?
Yeah, we're calling it the 2022 season. So.
Yeah, there you go.
2022. All right, there we go. 2022. This opening race of 2022.
Yeah, as we point out.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't mean to interrupt, but on this onboard, did we just pass a Captain Planet Solstice?
Yes, Captain Planet Solstice. Yes, we need to look at that.
Yeah.
The Planeteers. Yes, it's a. I believe the No, it's Planeteer colored.
Okay.
Yeah, it's red and blue. It's hard to miss.
Yeah, when you see it, you'll know it's because I believe it is from the same folks that have run the Planeteer. Is it
it's
Honda?
David Bryan. Yep, there it is.
There it is. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Oh,
The non-Don Cheadle Planeteer. I might add.
I mean, like,
we're alive right now, so obviously it's not the Don Cheadle one.
This is before school cartoons on WGN when I was 10. It was
That is hilarious because the entire Captain Planet concept was thought up by Ted Turner.
That's amazing. I had no idea.
Yeah.
What's great about this, by the way,
The voice of Mother Earth was Whoopi Goldberg.
I had no idea. That's amazing.
I had
Solstice and Solstice right there.
Well, that's my second favorite Whoopi Goldberg role then.
what's your first?
Guinan.
Oh, yes. Who always gave Q a
I knew you
run
were
for
gonna
his
say
money.
that.
She did those like claw hands at him. It was like, what?
I bet you're going to say Ghost, so I'm just over here thinking about Patrick Swayze again.
Yeah. Oh, Toby Eckenberg, man.
Swayze
Oopsie
be with
daisy.
you.
Swayze be with you.
Nice to be with you. Yeah, the first time I actually saw Q wasn't on Star Trek. It was actually John Delancey. John Delancey, the first time I saw him was Days of Our Lives. He played this quirky scientist person.
Oh,
So
because
the
also
same
Briscoe
Comic-Con
County Jr., he was a quirky scientist.
The same Comic-Con that I met Rod Blagojevich, me and my wife met John Delancey too. He was super cool.
Honestly,
Star
I
Trek
would rather
convention.
meet
Hollywood convention with Star Trek
John
people.
Delancey
Yeah.
over. Yeah.
By the
And,
way, in the comments, my feed is a little fuzzy, but it says these camera angles are fire, and they absolutely are. And that is all Ryan Bauer, the bearded sim racer, who facilitates all this. Thank you so much, Ryan. Everything looks spectacular.
I was literally going to say the same thing, but it wouldn't have sounded quite as good.
It would have. You know how to do this. But yes, Ryan makes what we do look good, which is
He really
amazing for how stupid it is. All of it. So.
But if you're interested in this, you really should check out his YouTube, check out his channel. He does this stuff for a living. It is all wonderful, excellent work.
And just sounds like Ryan is your Jason Bateman.
That's right.
Like everyone on this side is the clown and he's the straight man.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll totally take that. Yeah.
By the way, unusual and exciting is this battle for position that's on the screen right now between Sitco and the 34 and the
I believe.
Barber car, with Captain Planet in between. There.
Yeah, and that is the battle for who will take on all the Smiths.
That's right.
And
They're running up on the
It's
excrement
been-
Pontiac.
We've been 60 minutes into this plus warm up, and I just figured out what the hell you were talking about with all Smiths. So. Yep.
He actually emailed the podcast, and he said, "This is all the Smiths."
yes. Robert Smith,
Really great.
Johnny Marr, Morrissey.
Oh, Mrs. Tully, uncharacteristically sideways, causing a bit of panic there with Mr. Brakey.
Beep. Beep, beep. Oh, here.
Michael Brakey needs a real life car if he doesn't have one for Lemons.
Seriously,
Perfect name.
folks,
Team.
yeah. We'll I'm if he's West Coast based, I'm willing to cut a team some slack that has Michael Brakey on their team.
I think that's right.
Oh, Sticks rocking the podium stuff, representing what I do as social media.
Lady A, by the way, sitting in 23rd last I saw. So
Oh, yes.
you just
No pressure with 18
no pressure,
minutes, 31
no mistakes.
seconds.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, it says 22nd now. Damn it.
See?
Stupid changes.
Moving on. Okay.
So they banned you for being too good a player. All right.
Yeah. Never won a race, but never lost a party. That's me.
Well, that's the right way to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, nope, you are still in 23rd, Lady A.
Yeah.
I think somebody just passed.
But there is there's an R. Kelly that is all up in your business.
Nope. Phrasing.
Oh no.
R. Kelly can stay in the closet.
That's why I said R. Kelly on purpose. Because Dick Kelly in a piss joke wouldn't work at all.
Or would it? It would work too well, I think.
Little on the nose.
You say no.
Which normally you have to pay extra for. All right, we're gonna keep digging here. 17 minutes
Keep
left in this
digging.
race.
Good job, man. Keep digging. Get those bad jokes out.
All right. Okay. No, actually, yeah.
Sitco just got second there.
Oof.
I think.
Oof. They passed the flag stand. It's keeping Edward in second. Oh, nope. There it is. There's the update. And now Sitco is going to run down the Smiths.
All Smiths.
Mm-hmm.
Mark.
This is but Carl Edward is giving him nothing. I mean, this is a car link between the two of them as they're closing up on this. Oh, and he might actually sneak on the inside as they come into Charlotte's Web, which you can see in real life this weekend as the Lemons team go.
Yep. Man, Ryan, that camera angle is spectacular.
It really is. We just now are watching Sitco take his position back and put some links between him and that Mustang.
All Dougie Beard with the camera pack. He's the man.
That's right, Dougie Beard.
That's real good.
2012.
It's like a trucking shot going over the spider there in 5.
Yeah. As they enter into the kink, flying down the back straightaway. Another spectacular place to watch the race in meet space because everyone lifts and then spins.
Every part of Barber is just such a cool place. It's hard
really
to describe if you haven't been there. So if you haven't, you need to make the effort to go. And the Lemons race we do there, I mean, it's just such a great opportunity to drive one of the coolest tracks in America.
It actually is my favorite track to drive. It is, it's rhythmic without being exhausting. It's beautiful. It's well maintained. The bathrooms there are easily the best on the Lemons circuit.
Yeah, hands down.
They have an attendant for each one, and they're always warm and clean, and there's plenty of water. It is just a great place to go. The museum is open even when the track isn't.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, what sets it apart from any other bathroom at a racetrack is that the paper towels don't run out 4 minutes into the weekend.
Gotta get that TV going. Keep it.
If you remember the old Summit Point races where you just learned to bring your own TP, and there were only 2 toilets for the paddock.
Yeah, well, to be fair, we only had 130 cars. Summit Point.
Oh. And it's in saying that about the bathrooms, it's not that like the New Hampshire bathrooms are exquisite. They keep them spotless and clean. Sonoma bathrooms, they do a wonderful job there. Now, Gingerman doesn't have the same financial capabilities as some of these bigger tracks, but also a wonderful track with a very hard-working staff that do their absolute level best to keep that place running smooth. Yeah, there are some great tracks that Lemons goes to, and the staff on them. So when I say that Barber's the best, that's a high bar.
Yeah. I don't think anybody who's been there would be surprised or disagree with that. So, which brings up an interesting conversation to have with Matt is, you know, you go to all these rallies out in the forest, you know, how do those compare to each other? Like, is the 100-acre wood, you know, compared to something out in the Pacific Northwest? Like, one of them must feel like you are, you know, in civilization, maybe not civilization you want to be, but and then, you know, the other one, you're just way out in forest roads, you know.
If I break my leg, I will die here. They will never find me.
So what is this stuff like differently? Yeah.
I was actually laughing because for most rallies, like, you're talking about bathrooms and bathroom quality, and it's like there are no bathrooms.
There are none.
Like, you either, if you're fortunate to be at a rally that's in the woods, you just walk out into the woods.
Yeah.
Like a bear pope.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But there are a couple, because like rallies kind of work by having like a central base of operation.
Right.
And like that's where service is, that's where like all your main, like that's where the officials stay, those service areas. Some of them are actually very good. The New England Forest Rally is the best because that service area is at the Sunday River Ski Resort, so you can just walk into the resort and use their bathrooms.
Nice.
Because that takes place in the summer, and it's not like you're fighting for space with skiers. But there are some that are
low rustic.
There's
Survival. Yes.
There's one, and it's at Ojibwe. It's in Minnesota.
Yeah.
There's a service area there that is just at a random junction between 2 state highways, and it's just in some farmer's field. There's nothing there. It's just, this is where 2 roads meet together, and there's a dude with open land that we're borrowing.
Yeah.
And that's it. They sometimes
See,
set
and
up a porta potty if you're lucky.
Yeah. That would be the worst, because at least in the woods you could, like, you know, go behind some trees, you know, do your thing, but you're like just an open field. I mean, you're just, what's up? How's it going?
You can go with the cows.
Yep. Although the Oregon Trail Rally starts, they do their first day at Portland International Raceway.
Oh, yeah,
so you get
yeah.
to use all the track facilities there. It's pretty nice.
Yeah. That's interesting. I've seen some video from Ojibwe. And yeah, it's the North Woods. Like, you are way out there, and you know, if you've ever been to the UP or, you know, the North Woods of Wisconsin or Minnesota, you know,
I say, you're required to put a "don't you know" or a "you know" at the end of that phrase.
Yeah, you know, any place that is a crossroads of, you know, 2 state highways is a town. Whether or not there's anything there, it is a town, you know, and it's X so-and-so corners or something, like on a map, you know, if you're lucky.
Oh,
yeah.
Edward just almost getting squeezed out right there.
It's using the Mustang bumper for what it's designed for.
That's right. Well, there's no crowd around. So,
killing people.
Yeah, eating them. It's feeding time. That car's and coffee.
His gloves look like leather gloves also, which I appreciate from this strip Barber car. There we are. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. That's the look.
Oh, those look
The
like
album-
welding gloves.
Yeah,
The album he dances to is called "Smell the Glove."
that's right.
Bum, 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 bum.
It's like so black. How much more black could it be? None.
Bigger the
Nothing but
cushion,
black.
sweeter the pushing. Bum, bum, bum.
That movie's so good. It is much like the Blues Brothers. The more you watch it, the more you get the subtlety of the humor.
Here's our Capa de Bondo winner for 2021, Amanda Tully.
That's right.
Not just a textbook Long Islander, but a fantastic human being, wonderful racer. Kind of a
Like Amanda.
badass.
She is a total badass, yeah.
Yeah. And don't pick a fight with her.
Where'd you say she's from?
Long Island.
Yeah, I was trying to figure it out, man. You didn't say it right.
Oh yeah,
It's
did you?
It's
No, she's
Long
from fucking
Island.
Long-
It's
No, she's
Long
fucking
Island.
No, it's not.
No,
it's
mental.
not.
No, mental. I'm not from Long Island. I'm from fucking Long Island, mental. So shut the
It's
fuck
not.
up.
It's not 2 words. It's Long Island. It's
Long
not.
Island.
And
There's a D in there.
Matt, are you a native Long Islander?
Yes, I am. I am from Freeport, Long
Oh,
Island.
okay.
That's what I figured, yeah.
Yep.
You were taking extreme offense to all of that. I was just I would jump in there.
You didn't say it right.
Fair enough.
Also, I gotta stick to the heritage. You
Yeah,
are when you are there, you are on Long Island. You are not in Long Island.
In Long Island, that's right. Yeah.
You are. It is important to know the difference. One is objectively correct. The other is not.
Oh,
This is the East Coast standing in line versus standing online. Online being the East Coast version of it.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Although nothing is more heinous than people saying on cue.
Oh no,
There's
that's
no such thing.
not allowed.
You
Yeah.
are in the queue. That is
Yeah.
the only way to say that.
Yeah.
This is one of these great educational kind of things that I do love about being able to work and race with lemons is because you learn the nuances of these different areas. But I do believe in our battle for second and third, it is completely possible that Mr. Edward has used up his tires on that Mustang because it is a little squirrelier than that Camaro, and you don't normally see that.
Interesting.
Watch out. See, that's a bit of a drift right there. Oh, no. Rando Miata. And there's
Oh,
a
I
bunch
see
of,
it.
Oh, we had a couple of cars that went off there right there
Somebody's
a few minutes ago.
smoking.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Is that Jenna?
That is not the time you want to wad
definitely
your car
Jetta.
up. And that gave him an opportunity to get to run up on Mr. Sitko. Now he's within a second. I don't know if either one of them in the 7 minutes we have remaining in this race can catch all the Smiths unless he makes a mistake.
Well, this is Lemon, so mistakes are always possible.
Mistakes will happen.
Well, and until we get the programmers to start giving us access to the dynamic handling characteristics of 76 Oldsmobile Omegas and Dodge Monacos and Mitsubishi's covered in fur, I don't know if we're going to be ever get the full lemons experience.
Would you settle for a 74 Dodge Charger?
No, that is absolutely not the spirit of lemons.
Oh, okay.
Does anybody have an in with McLaren where we can do some wind tunnel testing on that fur-covered Mitsubishi?
I have a good McLaren story from a Lemons racer, by the way.
Oh, this is excellent.
Mental, I think you were there for this story, but maybe not. There's a Lemons racer who cruised for McLaren GT4 team in IMSA, or did last year at least. I don't know if he's still working there or if the team even exists. But they were at the Daytona Historic Races, same shop, basically was running a bunch of vintage McLaren stuff. And somebody rolled up in their 720S, into the paddock, and this guy just starts raking him over the coals. It was a guy he knew, one of the drivers. We're just like, man, whew, why'd you buy that thing? How many recalls have you had with that thing? How do you feel about spending so much money on this? And like out of the corner of his eye, he was seeing this kind of heavy-set guy in a driver's suit who'd been kind of hanging around the whole time, but being quiet. And the guy just starts getting like red in the face and getting super pissed off because he's just raking this guy over buying this McLaren that, you know, has all these TSBs on it and stuff, and it's always in the shop. And he knows that this car's always in the shop, so he's just giving this guy crap. And the other guy just kind of shrugs and, you know, called a grid for this guy's group, and he gets in this, you know, 1970s McLaren F1 car and, you know, wedges himself into it because he's a big guy, heads off to grid, and the Lemons racer looks around, kind of was like, that guy looked familiar, and then the guy with the 720S was like, yeah, you know who that was? And then like it clicked at that moment. He's like, that is Zach Brown, head of McLaren Racing, that I was. So, you know, Zach goes and runs his F1 car or whatever in his session. He comes back, and this Lemons racer is the first guy to greet him when he comes back in the paddock. He's like, Mr. Brown, can I interest you in a discussion about your extended warranty? And
I do remember that story.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Was that post on Facebook? I think I remember that.
No, he was just telling us in person at MSR.
Yes.
Yeah, it was just the perfect setup, and I guess Zach lost it at that moment. He's like, you know, I was coming back here to yell at you, but I changed my mind about you.
Damn it.
Yeah. So.
Because if you're going to put your foot in your mouth, you might as well get the second one in there.
It's
Go all the
exactly
way.
right. You may as well preempt the yelling by just getting a good quip in and hoping for the best. So.
Which is usually my attitude when I get pulled over, so.
That's a good way to approach it.
We've got 3 minutes left in this 2022 season opener. Just enough time to tell you about the Faith Insurance Agency, Yokohama Tires, Nemesis Labs, Advanced Racing Development, of course, Top Flight Computers, Bearded Sim Racer, the 24 Hours of Lemons, and also I Suck at Racing. But most importantly, now is the time to get those holiday reservations in at Sandals of Birmingham.
That's right. Sandals Birmingham, your exclusive but all-inclusive resort in the Magic City, has a new for 2022 exhibit. It's called the Charles Barkley Experience, where Leeds native Charles Barkley will trash talk you in front of your family for an additional fee. Sandals Birmingham, we ain't your kid's role model. So be sure to get that in there.
And of course, if you need a flight, if you need to book a flight, Lily Bell Air does have a package deal with Sandals Birmingham. Just call your local Lily Bell agent today.
I have a local Lily Bell agent.
Yeah.
It's Charles Barkley, as it turns out.
It's Charles Barkley. Yeah.
It's Charles Barkley. What the hell you think you're going to go to Sandals for? You ain't getting laid, loser. Not with that hair.
It's amazing what you can find out on Wikipedia. Like, Charles Barkley grew up in the town where Barber is, so.
That is excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, Lady A, it appears that you are too good. You are now in 22nd with R. Kelly, comfortably in the true winner position.
Well, it's not too late to throw it. I'm just saying.
Well, I don't want to throw it too hard.
To do that?
Just throw it enough. Let's see. I got
a minute 16. I think basically we're looking at the final 2 laps. The leaders will come across here in just a bit as we are watching all the Smiths come down the main straightaway. That's the white flag. All right. And with the 1 minute left, this will be the final lap. Oh, and then we get to start our favorite part of any one of these races, Yeet Fest. Brought to you by the Faith Insurance Agency, because life is going to yeet you, and when it does, you're going to want to be insured. As our gracious fellow commentator Eric mentioned, he's already shoveled snow 3 times this week.
Yeah, I'm too old for that crap. Unfortunately, I just bought this house 2 months ago, so this is where I live now. So.
I know, and the worst part is you're too old for that
Jetta.
And watch him slide this. Watch him slide it as he comes out of that hairpin in the back section, the museum turn. He's driving the wheels off that.
That's Garfield leading the class there.
Yeah. The depressing thing about you being too old to shovel snow is your daughter's too young. So you leverage that teenage labor yet.
There's the first Miata here too.
Oh,
Excellent.
Fantastic!
And James Logston, leading the Class C. So
it's nice to see those out. Those cars are just always so happy looking. I love seeing
big smile.
Well, let's see if I just.
Oh, here we go. Al the Smiths on the final stretch.
Well done.
Thank you.
Man, the Smith, the legend, taking your overall win there.
All right, but we still got a couple minutes to see who's really going to get it.
Looks like Lady A is about to come through 23rd, maybe. We'll see how that shakes out. Going through the S's.
All right, coming to the backstretch. I believe coming up on the kink. A little hard. Oh, she's trying to catch it.
You have one short, fun race after this as well, so stick around.
That's right. Yeah, don't go anywhere, folks. Grab another White Claw, settle in, guys. We're gonna have a little bit of fun.
That's right.
It's Irwindale. It's a lot of fun. Let's not mince words here.
Not a little bit.
Oh no! Did you let R. Kelly buy you?
I did.
All right. Should have washed those sheets beforehand. But hey, it was 99 cents. And across the line, is she able to take it?
My
turn
official
one,
standing
straight
says
into the
number
heat.
23.
Straight into the Yeet Fest. Oh,
That's right. Proper celebration of a real win right there.
Yay, I won! Yay!
As we head into our proper race ending, wherein everybody's dead and they're
Everybody's dead. Walmart infield care center time, baby.
Oh, you did. You managed to pull it off. Well done, Lady A.
Well done, Lady A.
Thank you so much. I lost it near like the.
Oh, here we go. What's Captain Planet gonna do? He's gonna turn you into an effing tree. That's right.
That's right. Captain
Tree.
Planet. He's our hero. I'm gonna hit this podium Mustang. It's my sticky
some good
bit.
flippage there. There was Captain Planet got some air. Turns out he can fly.
I believe I can fly.
Who launched
cart.
the captain in there? Who launched
It looks like it was
Lemon.
chain
There's
reaction.
Captain Planet.
Someone pointed right at him.
Well,
Whoa, there it is.
Okay, well.
Yeah, it was a chain
That is a-
reaction.
And bounce.
All caused by a Miata. And the same way that all traffic jams are caused by minivans, airborne
right.
yeetage is caused by Miatas.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Ryan, I just want you to know I got that screenshot of it.
All right, I need a change.
Straight into the Let's Go Jay Lamb, which also, if you're loading your car onto a trailer in addition to Rusty Pudding and you need a theme because you're driving a boring flat black BMW, a Let's Go Jay Lamb will always work. You could milk that one.
LGJL coin, I hear is the hot.
Yeah. Yes, get that moon, baby. We're gonna go to the moon this year.
I had an unofficial sponsor for Jeff's Mazda Towing LLC.
Are they affiliated with Matt's off-road towing?
No, because they only tow family members' Mazdas from like 9 hours away when they break down on the highway.
Sounds like somebody needs a AAA membership.
Hey, man.
Doesn't sound like a very lucrative business.
Yeah, someone needs to talk to Jeff about that business model.
Very narrow.
Mazdas don't break down, so
Oh, I need to switch my
Who's he pulling?
outfit too. Hold on a second.
I don't think you spent enough time around lemons to understand the questionable reliability of most Miatas. In fact, the transmittable bridesmaids, the judge's choice at the recent Sonoma race was 2 weeks ago. Was at Button Willow. They'd actually come for the Vintage Auto Racing Association's driver school, so had a lot of fun with those guys. They actually did not wear their dresses to this one, but still had that same great period. There we go.
It's
Double
like
A Aaron.
That's right. I believe Jay Becker won Class B in the Jetta. Class C was further down. I don't know. Logston and Miata. There we go.
Fantastic.
19th place for him.
All right, but folks, don't go anywhere. Just go ahead and open up that second window to Sandals Birmingham and start looking over, because that buffet table, that's right. That's a clear sneeze guard, unlike the one you'll see at the Sizzler where you got to look underneath it.
That's
so
right.
while you're making those vacation plans, don't forget Valentine's Day is coming up, folks.
Appreciate Aaron not lifting there, even while he's upside down. It's backfiring.
He is going to blow that engine or else.
There's the camera view that we deserved right there. Well done, Ryan. I'm glad you're on top of that. Just the fire belching out 3 feet. All right. We will be trucking to Irwindale. Wanted to give a special shout out and kind of cycled over that in the standings, but in the mid-teens, Frederick Toto, our French driver, well done. Congratulations and thanks for joining us from across the ocean. So
Yes.
Glad you're back with us. You know, Eric, you've asked this question several times, and I think I know the answer, but we've only talked about this in Meat Space. What was your first actual car?
Oh, my first car. I mentioned the Mercury thing. My first car was a Mercury Topaz 1985 two-door with an automatic. And Ryan, I know his first car was a Ford Tempo, which was the same car.
Yes.
Damn straight.
The two-door was hard to come by.
It was also really bad, like really bad. It's funny. God, my second job was being a detasseler, which if you're from the Midwest, you know what that is. And if you're not, you don't. But a guy I worked with had an 85 Thunderbird, and we were pretty sure they had the same door. Like they were the same handle, the same like weight, the same swinging. His was also bronze like mine. And the doors, God, they must have weighed 140 pounds.
Which is more than the car, but yeah.
Yeah. Car was butt terrible. Man. Sorry, Matt Sitko tagging us in the general chat.
Yeah.
But the Topaz made 88 horsepower and had a 3-speed automatic, which sapped about another 30% of that, as far as I could tell. My brother and I once clocked it 0 to 60 at 29 seconds. So it was a hell of a car. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, it was more like first and second were like geared to, I don't know, 40, and then there was like a 1-to-1 gear. So it would just like drop to like 1200 RPM and then be like, nah, there's probably some torque in here somewhere. I don't know. Such a terrible car. So, in other words, you should race a Tempo or a Topaz and Lemons. Lemons needs more Mercuries in general. All right, so we are on, by the way, to Irwindale, to the Figure 8 track with Formula 8, which is USF 2000 Skip Barber and F3. It appears to be night. It appears to be poorly lit. There are no headlights. This couldn't be better.
Unless you have
will be
glass
epic.
paint.
Now we've only got about 7 minutes for this warm up, so if you're on the fence, you better jump in there and get used to turning left and then turning right and then crashing.
Yep.
Now, in these brief couple of minutes, it's getting harder and harder to do this. But are there cars that you guys, aside from the obvious Caliber and the New Hampshire Avenger that we need to see, are there cars that you still haven't seen you want to see, being a Midwest aficionado of Midwest produced automobiles?
Yeah, boy. I was actually just, one of the things I've started doing on social media is I've taken our Saturdays that are usually kind of slow, and I've started checking in cars Saturday afternoon in our social media posts that we haven't seen that we want to see. So if you go and look at that right now, I forgot what I even put up this week, but I know last week we haven't had a last generation Buick Century. Oh, Mercury Villager. We haven't had one of those.
Oh, now that is an outstanding car.
Which has a 300ZX motor, which nobody knows this because it was a Nissan car. It's the same thing as a Maxima, basically, just tall. You could dominate with that. So
In fact, and there's your theme. It's practically a Maxima.
yeah,
It's practically a Maxima.
ta-da!
Ta-da.
According to police reports, the second most common vehicle driving away from the scene of a crime, also a Nissan Maxima.
Yeah, it's an Altima, but yeah.
That was the number one. The Altima was the number one for Omaha anyway.
Oh, all right. Well, I believe that. Yeah.
See, now, how come there aren't more just apprehensions? Because if you're trying to get away from anything in an Altima, you have failed.
Well,
Because all the police cars are SUVs out here.
every I lived in a neighborhood that was adjacent to the city of Chicago recently, and everybody driving through my neighborhood at like 45 miles an hour was either in an Altima or an Infiniti G35, and there was nobody else doing that. It was like an A or a B switch.
And that's why you can get an Infiniti G35 for less than $500 my ass.
You can totally buy an untitleable G35 for about $39 any day of the week.
And if anyone questions that, I invite you to go to Facebook Marketplace and set your settings to Las Vegas, because it so can be done.
Yeah.
You just
You don't
don't
even have to
ask
go
any.
to a police auction.
You don't ask any questions when you show up to pick it up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That, man. Yeah. So I have the Lemons wish list of mine open, and it's, let's see, how many cars are on it? There's 235 on here, but we've seen several of them. But I mean, there's a whole bunch of Mercuries we've never seen, a whole bunch of Fords we've never seen, Buicks, AMCs.
Of
There's
course,
also-
any AMC or ANC derivative, you're starting off on the right foot. You are already going to get some mad proper respects.
There's a few Geos we've never had. We never had a Geo Spectrum. There you go.
Which is a Corolla. You're right there. It's so
Yep.
close.
Never had a Kaiser.
No, I'm sorry, that's the Prism. I'm sorry.
Kia Sportage.
Ooh.
Mazda
Also-
RX-4. There's a quick car you could have.
The Kia Sportage, another very popular lost title, aka I stopped making payments at the buy here pay here lot car.
Well, look, I have
Aren't
a
those
theory.
body on frame? Is that
Yes,
what I'm
They
thinking of?
might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a proper 4x4.
Yeah. That's
They've been
cooler than
used
people
as
give them credit for.
they've been used as technicals, which means that they're cool. So
See,
That's
and
the
there you
rule.
go. There's a good. See, you've got a built-in theme right there too.
That's right. The Korean technical.
Can I lend an idea?
The Mazda Millennia is a car we haven't had. A Plymouth Cricket, which was just on Lemon's car spotting.
Yes,
We
if
found
you could,
one.
you could find one of those. That is impressive.
Saturn View. They're all over the place. Suzuki Grand Vitara, which you could then make into the Suzuki Escudo Pikes Peak from Gran Turismo 2.
You see, now the Grand Vitara, also another body on frame, legitimate 4x4.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
all out there. It's all out there. By the way, damage off for this race, so it's like, this is just, who cares about
Smashes.
rules? Yeah, it's
Damage
all-
on.
We've got
Was damage
damage. Yep. I've had wheels pointing the wrong direction several times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does it do the
Damage,
reset thing, though?
damage, destruction, terror, and mayhem.
Yes. But
Oh, I'm sorry. Unlimited fast repairs. There
yeah,
you go.
unlimited faster players, no incident points, allegedly.
Shout out to one of the best PlayStation
Now
1 games,
you-
Destruction Derby 2.
Oh, that game was so good. So good. I love that
Like
game.
I'd like to point out that the staff here at Irwindale's on the iRacing sim, their cone setters are on
yeah.
point. They
On
are
point.
so fast and just brave, because you knock those cones out and they're back where they're supposed to be.
Yep, total lack of self-preservation. That's what we appreciate in iRacing.
In Meat Space, we have a slightly different approach. We actually really would like
Yes.
you to have a lot more of a concept of self-preservation.
Yeah, we like you to go home at the end of the weekend.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Now, what's the weather at Irwindale right now?
I loved the wheel that got clipped off and the car just kept going straight. 90 degrees.
90 degrees.
Jeez, wow. Well, that's not what my Weather Star 4000 V6 Delara F3 is telling me, but
Details.
well,
Your
that's because,
Delara's lying.
yes, it's also a tribute to the Weather Star 4000, the Weather Channel. This is the Weather Channel 1993 Delara F3. All the sponsors on my car
No-
are people
no-
that advertised.
No tornado chaser tempo, no care.
Eh. Oh, and if you look at my driver cam, I have a little present for y'all on the
All right.
left
But
corner.
I'd like to point out that also one of the reasons that she was unable to make that turn was because she was riding on clearly inferior Hancooks
Yeah,
versus the Yokohamas.
that's right.
Looks like we're heading to the grid.
Yokohamas are basically unobtainium tires in the rally community right now.
Wow.
Because they so Yokohama made a tire called the AO34. The AO34 was a fantastic tire, and then Yokohama just stopped making it for no reason whatsoever.
No.
Like 10 years ago. But there are people who still have
Afforded them.
brand new AO34s that they put into like climate control bags, so they're still good.
Ooh.
And occasionally you
crazy.
see a set selling on like eBay or in like the rally marketplaces for insane money, like thousands of dollars for a set of 10-year-old AO34s.
Wow.
Pretty great. By the
That
way,
is
you're waiting
fantastic.
for the 18-minute, see if you can survive it, basically.
Yeah. Pick a number.
This is
Time your
also known as
destruction.
the race of attrition.
Oh, and there's our first fatality. Yep.
This is the best shot. This is always just the best shot right there. Overhead, smashy smash. Oh, well.
Oh, boo, hitting the
Yeah,
brakes.
that's right. You gotta send it. It's also a good shot where they just parts of the car scatter out of frame.
Just
Somebody gets yeeted into the
Obliterated.
stands and they grab a hot dog.
Come on, F3, get it together. See these fucking Hancooks, man. If I had Yokohamas. Oh, mount me. Yeah, that's right. Mount me, you Skippy. Yeah, mount me like a hoe.
Got a little, ooh, boy.
boy.
I am
Oh.
staying away from the car in front of me because it's awfully randy.
Yeah.
It wants to know the weather on my car.
Well, good luck with your weather bug, I should say. Is that still a thing?
Weatherbook? Yeah, I actually have a subscription to that.
Wow. Do you still have an AOL email address?
No, my mom does. My dad does. I don't.
You've got mail. I hope you don't have
Yay! Oh no! Eat the wall! Ugh. Okay, now I have to restart. Minute to toe. That's the sucky part.
Man,
That
this
actually-
Aaron Lineman up by the best part of this is somebody will end up by about six laps or something, and then somebody just cleans them out, and then
Well,
they don't
usually we point that out, and then they all start like the old road and track Red Barachetta story. They all zoom in and try and get the one person who's making it through unscathed. Because right now you've only got two cars, well, now three cars on the lead lap, but for a minute there was only Mr. Kelly there, 99 cents is in third.
Speaking
I
of
went from
numbers,
last place to second place so far. So
Speaking of, how many cars do we have in this figure eight?
Oh, that's right.
22.
22. We have not picked our. How about our resident of the bullseye? If America was a dartboard, pick a number between 1 and 22.
I got to go with lucky 13.
All right, there we go.
Jay Becker in the 13th at the moment. Yep, it's Ron Harrington in the pits. Perfect. He's now 14. It's going to change every 3
It's gonna
seconds.
change a
I don't know
lot,
why
yeah.
I've already been saying anything.
All right, back in the breach.
Oh, it's Ed White. Oh, it's good to see Ed White out there. Ed White did 3 rallies last year and 3 races in his 2003 Thunderbird, which is such a perfect Lemons car.
Well, I don't think he did. He didn't do the Texas rally in his Thunderbird. He did it in a town car.
He did 2 of them in a town car and
Yes.
another one in a Jag S-Type that was the parts car that he bought for his Thunderbird. It was so good.
Phenomenally, absolutely phenomenally nice person. Just like him and the other Texas standard rally guy, Dave from Fort Kickass.
Oh yeah, Fort Kickass
always-
is great. Yeah.
Yes.
I think I just-
Andy, I think his name is.
Andy, I'm sorry. Yes, it is Andy. Hopefully, looking to see them. I'm hoping to do the Rocky Mountain or the Colorado rally this year.
Yeah, it's going to
Yeah.
be really good. Brett Holdaway, Colorado native, has done most of the planning for that, so I'm pretty excited for a local to plan that rally.
Oh, that'll be fantastic.
There's a lot of death right there. So
Yeah.
that's the
That
chat
was.
for
That was like
everybody
all
on
the
screen.
all the
Chat.
death.
All right, everybody. All right, let's see if I can survive to pull into the pit.
This is
All right.
really a race of Howard Dean caliber.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is. Ah.
There's my Yokohama man right here. I'm sorry we don't have the tires to put on this the proper ones. Oh yeah, right.
Oh, that's a. Oh, there's your problem right there. You're missing that thing on the left.
Yep. 3 wheels on the wagon there.
Yeah. All right. Somehow, the Wartburger thief Aaron has managed to stay unscathed and get a lap up on everyone.
I
Can't
think
keep
everybody's in the
that going.
pits getting their quick repairs at the moment. We're being towed.
I really hope you just gave him a commentator's curse.
Yeah.
I think we all gonna commentate the curse. Oh, Ryan, does my tail say Michelin driver's report? I know it's like high downforce on my cars.
You're giga blasting actually.
Oh, damn it. Oh, and I giga blasted through a car.
You know, in a race like this, you can tell how many of our drivers are from the Midwest by listening to how many of them say "oh" when they go through the figure eight.
That's good. Yeah.
I grew up in Kansas.
Let me
I guess
just
that
squeeze
counts.
past you right there. By the way, you got any Dorothy Lynch or some ranch?
All right, whose wife was laughing about that one in the background?
That is my wife because she is also from the Midwest.
Of course. Yeah, my
I'm
wife.
Sorry
my
there.
wife
I just
also.
gotta get that. Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez, let me get past you right there.
Kansas is considered Midwest, right? I grew up there.
Yes.
Yep,
Oh.
Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, all the way over to Ohio.
Ohio.
Ohio's
I grew up in Oklahoma.
Idaho, Hawaii,
But,
highway.
Ohio is the Midwest without the manners. Like they're like like everyone else in the Midwest is painfully polite and nice and will offer you dinner, but Ohio's kind of the
Excuse me, can I get past you right there? I'm from Cleveland. Screw you.
Cleveland sucks. Cleveland sucks.
At least it's not
Ohio.
Detroit.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're not Detroit.
Yeah. Hey, we have Motown. What do you got? We got Drew Carey. Yeah, you suck. Shut up. We're Detroit, bitch.
The hastily made Cleveland video, Cleveland tourism videos, also great on the internet. Yeah.
yes, great, yeah, fantastic early internet.
That was a great poll, Matt. I appreciate that one.
Yeah. I've also got 30 Rock references, so
Yeah, me too. I've been rewatching that with my fiance.
Get
Shows.
to the Cleve.
Anybody else into Community? Because I can do Community.
Oh yeah, go for it. Tell me the community
Difference
joke.
is right now.
Yeah. Josh and Eric in the morning.
Good morning, everybody. Make sure you got your Dorothy Lynch out and say "ope" to your neighbor. The morning
Yeah.
drive's looking terrible.
Beep, 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 beep.
Somebody just got absolutely cleaned out there.
I believe that the phrase would be punctured.
Punctured, yes.
Oh, that's some smashy smash.
Oh, I really enjoy it when they try to drive outside of the painted line
Yep,
and they
yep.
still get obliterated.
that was I'm gonna figure my way around this, and instead
No, you're not.
absolutely
No, you're
murdered. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was surprised
So
there's
we,
still some people left on the lead lap.
Just outside of the halfway point of this absolute display of death and destruction, and an important time to remind you about the Faith Insurance Agency.
That's right.
So, home, auto, and life, which all three things are, if these were real cars, would be in jeopardy, and you're going to want insurance for that. Of course, advanced racing development, which is not what is happening here. They're just sliding around, smashing into each other. Top flight computers, which is bringing you everything that you're seeing right now, which I don't know if you recognize the amount of processing power it takes to calibrate all of this death and destruction and properly display it on your screen. But it's all being done by a top flight computer. Yokohama tires, which none of these cars are sporting, which is why they're all wrecking right now. Nemesis
Case in
labs.
point.
I had a front row seat to that. Woo! No Yokohama tires on that one as it goes airborne with sparks flying.
Weather Channel killed you today. Jim Cantori showed up. He says hi.
There you have it.
Oh, let's see. Oh, my scrolls. Hey, we got the Faith Insurance Agency on my little scroll, my little weather buggy.
I am surprised that Lucas Oil is not sponsoring Lemons, not because I particularly want their products, but I would love to start seeing us on MAV TV.
Oh, definitely. That'd be awesome.
My very first race, some MAV TV show, some Lucas Oil show.
Yeah, they're
They're shooting a segment. They shot like a, I don't know, 4-minute segment. I'll have to dig it up.
But at any given point, I can turn on my smart TV. I have a MAV TV channel and find some dirt track race from somewhere, anywhere in the last 5 years. And I would love to be able to do that with a Lemons race. Just send like 5 camera crews, put them in the corners. There you go. Yeah.
The real problem is that endurance racing, I don't know, it's not very exciting to watch in real time. So you'll have to, I don't know.
Well, what you do is you instruct the camera crews to look for things like smoke and or sparks. And it doesn't have to be on track.
Yeah, the interesting stuff's all in the paddock, in the penalty box, and you know.
That's true. McGuire, you will get disqualified. That's an iRacing thing. That's not us, man. We're not doing that. But if Ryan, if you can un-DQ Jim McGuire, he elected to not get his repairs and he got DQ'd. I don't know if that's within your powers.
It's a bummer. I like Jim. Jim's a good dude. Jim races a Corvette in real life in Lemons. Really,
Corvette magazine.
For a Corvette in Lemons, it's about as good as it gets, which means that it's roughly as good as like a 97 Civic, but
Without the reliability. Hey, there we go. All right, looks like we got it back. Okay.
Also,
Thank you, Ryan.
pro tip for all of our prospective iRacing admins: if the sim gives out a black flag automatically, you can clear it.
yeah.
If you give a black flag as an admin, you can't clear it.
We don't bother with the whole thing.
Black
like
flags,
being an
DQs.
admin
That's the
or-
rules for them. That's how they work. That's caught me out before, and I accidentally kicked a driver out of a race we were broadcasting, and it was embarrassing. So don't make that mistake.
I think I've done that before too. Yeah, it's fun.
We will hand out black flags just to screw with people that are 19 laps ahead. But
Oh yeah, the you're doing too good penalty. Oh yeah, no. we're big fans of the You're Doing Too Good.
You need
haven't
to
done that
suck
in a
more.
while.
So
I should point out there's actually a race happening.
Oh, there you go. We need to fix that.
Aaron's
shit.
a half second on the bear
Sitko.
poke, Matt Sitko. Yeah.
Oh, who's going to make it through unscathed in the remaining 5 minutes of this event?
Unscathed?
It's a nail biter.
Scared, yeah.
Well, we all come out of this with some kind of mental damage. That's pretty much a
Yeah.
guarantee from Lemons.
See, I just came into it with mental damage, so I'm ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Also a fair approach. We're being honest about it.
I've come into here with the mental damage. I was born in it. I was in it.
Yeah.
I was nicknamed in it, and they gave me a robe.
Can I still
Pretty good
drive?
mark on the Martian.
My name actually predates Lemons.
Believable.
Oh, was that a
Yeah.
uniform nickname?
Absolutely, it's call sign.
Oh, that's even better.
Yes, I've been known as Mental since 2003.
I earned a nickname Grease Monkey a while back, kind of during that same era when I was in Germany, because I was always greasy when I showed up to work.
Showed up. Got it.
Well, that was military, but I showed up greasy, and it was because I drove a Volkswagen back then too.
Yep. Eric Hesser on the screen there.
Very prominent with the claw this time, so there's no way that's the same one. That's got to be another claw. I'm not entirely sure that's a dragon. I think that's a Dr. Seuss character in the window too. Is that the well, what's the one with the tree?
Looks like Pete's dragon.
The Lorax?
I think it's a Lorax. He'll give us
mean
a thumbs
Danny
up or a
DeVito?
thumbs down. Well, I don't. Yeah, I mean, but is it a dragon or a Lorax? Dragon or Dr. Seuss? Ha ha! There it is. All right, he's a thumbs up and a thumbs down. I have no idea what that means. Fantastic.
I think it's a thumbs up for Dragon and a thumbs down for Lorax.
Okay, he's smiling and nodding for that one. Damn it. All right. Curse my low resolution Mac.
Ah, the leader is spinning now. That's
There
hilarious.
you go.
I believe the Wartburger Thief has managed to hold on to this lead since like lap 2.
Yeah.
And him and Sitko are 5 laps ahead of everyone with just under 3 minutes remaining.
Yes. What's the worst that could happen, Mental?
I have
Yeah.
Ron Harrington directly in front of me for a podium finish.
Oh, Sitko got around him. Commentator's curse on the Wartburger Thief.
And everybody's dead.
No,
Yeah.
but
Somebody just got wiped
except
out, yeah.
our co-commentator, he managed to thread that needle.
Oh, pink car.
Well,
no
as
car.
Mental
Ouch.
knows, I live in Omaha, and this is how you drive to work on a Monday.
Yeah, honestly, I never had my biggest problem driving in Nebraska was I had just come from Germany, and I would be driving at appropriate speeds, and people would be in the right lane and would get into the left lane to slow me down because they didn't think I should be going that fast, which is justifiable homicide in Atlanta. So
Just gonna go ahead and slow you down there, eh?
yeah,
I
why
don't
in
think
such
you
a
need to be doing. I gotta slow it down just a little there.
What you in such a hurry there for? You know, Mr. Speed Racer.
Dragging the cone.
Slow down and take in the scenery that we have a lot of out here.
Look around. There's snow and ice everywhere. You should appreciate that.
My chat's digging on the Weather Channel vibes.
Whoa.
Out.
Was that a shortcut to
Did Aaron just take a right? He just took a right.
He's making his own track. He's making his own way. I'm
And
totally
he's-
fine with this.
Did he just do it again, or are we watching a replay? Yeah.
No, I think he did it again.
He just the hell with this. I'm tired of this noise.
Hi, BW82.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Oh,
That
what matters
VW
though is
my wife.
Brian.
Ah.
Brian is in 3rd or 13th rather.
There you go. Time
There we
to
go.
die again.
Nope, Amanda Tully's sitting in 13th.
Oh,
For
there you
how
go.
long?
Remember, things change every 3 seconds in the figures
Yeah.
race.
For as friggin' long as she friggin' wants to. You don't tell me what to do. You're
Well,
not my
you-
boss.
You're
I'm gonna take
inviting
this
yourself for
weather
ridicule, by the way,
storm
from the Long
Vancouver.
Islander.
Oh
I
no,
know.
I spun it. These freaking Makoni tires suck.
I tried to blame her for the cold weather we had at Sonoma. She came out to run with the Ranwood Park crowd, and her exact response was, "It's called the fucking Arseries of Palooza, not the fucking man that made it cold here. So shut the fuck up."
Fair.
You know what? I just heard blah, blah, blah. It's the same thing. Blah, blah, blah.
Ooh, white flag.
There we go.
13th.
Looks like Aaron has regained the lead. I'm not really sure who won.
Oh, no, but now he's down again. Yeah. Oh,
Sitco won. Yeah, okay.
oh man.
Sitco and the Bear Pope.
Oh, fireworks! Nice.
And, our man with the dragon, Hesser, in 13th.
All right.
Hey.
All right, time to die. Here we go.
And I made it out of the
this
pits in
entire
time.
race.
I gotta hit somebody. Come on. Get into X. Get into X. I want to hit a car that's still moving. Okay, I'll just hit this one in the middle. Boom! Oh, that.
Oh, there we go. There's somebody that was waiting to get. Oh, wow. Look at that. Did you see the two skippies go nose to nose right there just a second ago? That was
Somebody just got knocked into another universe.
Yeah, I think that was me. I knocked myself because it's all black on my screen.
Oh,
All right.
what a fantastic evening.
I love the fireworks show. Man, that's really
Yeah,
good.
that is cool. Living on the edge, Lucas.
It actually does take me back to the Autobahn race when the staff snuck away to the dirt track just down the road and got to take in the what was the whole event? The Night of Destruction, I want to say.
Steam Demolition Derby. Yeah.
Steam Demolition Derbies, and we had giant turkey legs and surprisingly not overpriced beer. So
Yeah, well, it's a modest means, I suppose.
yeah.
Boy,
How many tires do I have on my car? I'm confused. What's going on here?
The answer is all and none.
It's Schrodinger's tires, really.
Yeah.
As they say, you've got there. You've all the tires and none of the tires. Oh, and as we wrap up this donut session, one last time to remind you that everything you're seeing is being brought to you by Top Flight Computer by our illustrious director of race cinematography, Ryan, Bearded Sim Racer. Check him out on Bearded Sim Racer Productions. Watch his YouTube, watch his social medias. Check him out as he does this for like real racing series with better commentary, but the same high quality camera angles. Of course, you've got the Faith Insurance Agency,
Better is
Advanced
not the right
Racing
word.
Development.
It's different.
It's different.
Fair enough. Nemesis Labs, and we don't know why they're here, but we're so glad they are. Yokohama tires. You want to drive on them. You got a car, you need tires. Might as well make them Yokohamas because they're better. If everyone here had Yokohama tires, there would have been no accidents.
That's right.
And if you're interested in watching or doing any of this, go to isuckatracing.com. Or if this has got a hankering for doing something stupid in the real world, check out the 24 Hours of Lemons, both racing, rally, and concours for the oddball and unloved car in your life. And I want to say check out Sandals at Irwindale, but
Oh, Irwindale, yeah.
really, that was it's just a cinder block building that used to be a 7-Eleven. So
Yeah.
It's actually the Sriracha factory that's across the road.
Sriracha factory. Right next to the quarry.
That's right. Well, thanks everybody for being here. Thanks, Matt Kalish, not the CEO of DraftKings, but Matt Kalish of
the
Kalish
good
Media.
CEO of Matt Kalish, yeah.
The good Matt Kalish for being here.
Yes.
Thank you very much. It's been fun.
Good,
Yeah.
good. We know that you're now no longer electable to public office, so sorry about that. But hopefully that wasn't part of your aspirations.
I feel like he's electable, but he would never get past the Senate confirmation hearing.
That's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Excellent.
what if I want to be Pope? Am I electable for Pope?
Oh, yes, you are.
Bear Pope.
So good there.
Oh,
Yeah.
That depends on if the bear pope in the woods.
Yeah, only the Bear Pope. You can't be a regular Pope.
All right.
What
I
about
think
Space
that's gonna. Space Pope, yes, absolutely.
Space
Pope. Fully all.
Oh, that is a new livery in the making right there.
There you go. And especially if you're a meat space guy going to Barber.
That's right. If you need a theme, if you got nothing else to do and you're in Birmingham, Alabama, come see us next week at Barber Motorsports Park. I am Eric Rude. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for being here, Lady A.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here, Josh Hust.
Thanks, guys. I loved it.
Stay warm, buddy. Always a pleasure. Thanks for having me, Eric. Thanks for having me, Ryan.
And a huge thank you to Ryan Bauer for making all this possible. I think this is a hell of a shot for us to go out on.
Yeah,
Thank you guys for paying attention. And we will see you. Our next broadcast is in February. I will get that exact date because I was not smart enough to have it pulled.
It is February the 19th. That will
February
be
19th.
Saturday.
Endurance at
We're
Sonoma.
doing an endurance at Sonoma and Banger Cross at Phoenix.
That's right. And we will have a special guest. Still working on that. And we'll announce those in the coming weeks. Stay tuned to 24 Hours of Lemons Media.
This has been another Bearded Sim Racer production.
Bonk, 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 wow.